No, I was interested in playing basketball and football, but I never really made it around to it because I love baseball so much, and it took up all of my time playing in the fall and the spring and the summer. So I was doing baseball pretty much year-round.
Well, I guess that's one of the advantages, maybe one of the reasons why half this team is from Florida.
Oh, yeah. It stays sunny there and hot for a while, but it could get cold, too, but for the most part, it's pretty warm.
Now, I've been to Jacksonville. I know what the people in Jacksonville think is cold, but that's not cold.
No, it's not cold compared to where I live at. I live up in Tennessee in the Smokies. In the wintertime, it's snowing and, freezing temperatures. So, I mean, it doesn't compare to the weather out here in Utah either. So,
Well, I appreciate your time. Congratulations on your success to this point. Hopefully you'll get back to the big league soon and stay in for being our guest. You received a couple of lunch certificates for the Spaghetti Factory at Trolley Square. So enjoy and good luck in Pittsburgh in a couple of weeks.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, Howie Kendrick, our guest, back with the starting lineups after this on ESPN 1230.
When it's time for your next set of tires, you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Bees baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and a chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store. A reputation you can ride on Big O Tires.
Dreaming of owning your own home? Cypress Credit Union would like to make your dream a reality with fantastic rates on low-fee construction and mortgage loans. Visit cypresscu.com or speak to a mortgage specialist at 260-7600. We'll help you determine your home buying power and the loan that best fits your needs. Mention this ad and we'll waive the $175 processing fee when you get your mortgage.
Cypress Credit Union. Your future is our future.
Equal housing lender.
Hershey's presents the Soul to Soul 2 Tour, starring Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. It's been 6 long years. Now the wait is over. By overwhelming demand, a second show added. Saturday night, August 5th at Delta Center. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill in the round. A combined over 60 million records sold and 35 #1 singles. Electrifying performances by Tim and Faith in the concert event of the year. 2 superstars, 1 stage. A night you'll never forget. Tickets are on sale now at the Delta Center box office, Ticketmaster, charge by phone, or get them at Ticketmaster.com. Saturday night, August 5th at Delta Center. Don't miss Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. Presented by Hershey. Produced by AEG Live and Outback Concerts.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field as you get ready for this evening's game by bringing you the starting lineup brought to you by Salt Lake City Credit Union. Above and beyond every day. First of all, for the visiting Sacramento River Cats, managed by Tony DeFrancesco. Leading off, the shortstop, Mark Kiger. Batting second, the left fielder, Andrew Beatty. Hitting third will be the first baseman, Nate Espy. Batting cleanup, the third baseman, Scott McLean. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Jeremy Brown. Hitting sixth, the second baseman, Keith Ginter. Batting seventh, the catcher, John Baker. Hitting eighth and playing right field, Jason Perry. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Richard Robnett. Pitching for the Sacramento River Cats will be right-hander Juan Dominguez. For the homestanding Salt Lake Peas, here's how manager Brian Harper filled out his lineup card. Leading off will be the shortstop, Eric Ibar. Batting second and playing center field, Reggie Willett. Hitting third, the right fielder, Tommy Murphy. Batting cleanup, the second baseman, Howie Kendrick. Hitting fifth and catching, Jeff Mathis. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Curtis Pride. Hitting seventh and playing first base, Mike Elward. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, Ryan Buddy. And hitting ninth is the third baseman, Casey Smith. Pitching for the Bees tonight will be left-hander Joe Saunders. It's the Bees and Sacramento River Cats opening up a 5-game series. If you're in the neighborhood, come on over. Otherwise, stay with us. Salt Lake Bees baseball is right around the corner. You've been in the on-deck circle on ESPN 1230.
The has been the On Deck Circle, a comprehensive look at today's game. The first pitch is right around the corner, so stay tuned. Salt Lake Bees baseball is coming up next on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.
Strike three. A no-hitter, a perfect game for John Larson. Yogi Berra runs out there. He leaps on Larson, and he's swarmed by his teammates. Listen to this crowd roar.
Classic baseball is back. The Salt Lake Bees. Now students can get a pass to all 72 Bees games this summer for the incredible price of just $25. That's only 35 cents a game. Call 325-BASE to get your student pass today. The Salt Lake Bees. Classic baseball is back.
I got hurt in a car wreck, and I've got some questions. Is it normal if I hurt worse the day after the accident? Can I sue the doctor? Can I settle my case without going to court? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to give me what's fair?
I'm attorney Keith Barton, and I can help. These are the kinds of questions I answer every day.
Until I called Keith Barton, I had no idea how it really worked. I called and he got me $200,000. How's that for an answer?
If you've been in a car wreck and you're hurt, call me at area code 801. It's easy.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we know how much you count on your vehicle. So when it needs repairs, body work, or a new windshield, where should you take it? Go to America's most recommended name in damaged vehicle repair. That's right. In an independent nationwide customer satisfaction survey, Abra Auto Body and Glass was the company most recommended to family and friends for quality of work, customer communication, and overall service. Why? Maybe it's our commitment to safety. Abra spends more to train our technicians than anyone else in the industry, and every repair meets our strict safety standards. Maybe it's our lifetime warranty that backs up all those repairs. Or that Abra works with over 500 insurance companies nationwide to make your claims process a snap. Whatever the reason, Abra Auto Body and Glass is proud to be so highly regarded. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an appointment.
The starting pitchers are ready. The lineups have been exchanged, and the hot dogs are ready to go. It's time to play ball. Salt Lake Bees baseball is on the air. Now let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
Well, once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Salt Lake Bees baseball on a beautiful night here in Salt Lake City. The Bees and the River Cats getting ready to take on each other for the first time in 2006. As a matter of fact, it's the first time this year. However, they'll meet 16 of the team's next 23 games over the next 26 days with the All-Star break sandwiched in the middle of 8 straight games against one another in July. The Bees at 42-29, the third best record in the PCL, and they have a 6-game lead over both Portland and Tacoma in the Pacific North Division, while Sacramento at 36-36 sits in third place in the Pacific South, 9 games off the pace. The ground rules being discussed at home plate with the two managers, Brian Harper for Salt Lake and Tony DeFrancesco for Sacramento. Again, a beautiful day, comfortable temperatures, the wind blowing out ever so slightly towards right field. The Bees wearing their home whites with the black numerals and lettering trimmed in gold, while Sacramento will be wearing their road black tops with the white numerals and lettering in the front, maroon numbers trimmed in white on the back. So the meeting's just about over at home plate. We'll give the umpires in a moment. They've flown in a fourth umpire to the crew, so we'll have to wait and see. It's normally a 3-man crew. So right now we're finding out who those umpires are. We'll have it for you when we get the opportunity. So the Bees and the River Cats getting set to meet. The Bees come in having won 8 in a row, while the River Cats have dropped their last 2. So right now the Bees getting ready to pop out of the first base dugout and be introduced by public address announcer Jeff Reeves to the fans. Curtis Pride is in left, Reggie Willits in center, Tommy Murphy in right, Casey Smith at third, Eric Ibar at short, Howie Kendrick at second, and Mike Elward is over at first. A battery of Joe Saunders pitching and Jeff Mathis catching. Before we get our ball game underway, let's enjoy the singing of our national anthem to be performed tonight by Virginia DeSouza. Virginia DeSosa with our national anthem prior to the start of today's game between the Bees and the Sacramento River Cats. Our four-man umpiring crew for tonight's game, Casey Moser, will be behind the plate. Chris Cuccione is at first base, and Scott Chamberlain is the arbiter at third. A.J. Wendell, by the way, at second base. So a four-man umpiring crew at least to start this series. So Joe Saunders getting the start tonight for Saunders, his 15th start. 94 innings. He's given up 80 hits, 30 runs, 26 of them earned. He has struck out 66 and walked 24. Joe has thrown 2 wild pitches, hit 2 batters, and surrendered 8 home runs. Saunders 7-3 with a 2.49 earned run average. The PCL batting .229 against left-hander Joe Saunders. So Saunders getting the start as the Bees try to make it 9 in a row. The franchise's longest winning streak is 10 straight from June 8th to the 18th during the 2000 season, the year that the team, as the Buzz, had the best record in franchise history at the end of the campaign, winning 90 and losing 53. So Joe Saunders, the left-hander, 6'2", 200 pounds, in his 4th year, finishes up his warm-up tosses, a fastball in the low 90s, a cutter, a curve, and a changeup. Bright sunshine, so it'll be a problem for those on the left side of the infield, left field, and center field here in the early part of the ball game. Right now, the shadow of the upper deck cutting across the infield behind the mound and in front of second base. Tony DeFrancisco, the manager of the River Cats, coaching over at third base. And one of the unidentified players wearing a jacket is umpiring over at first, or at least one of those final warm-ups. So we're just about ready to go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Salt Lake Bees baseball is on the air for a Wednesday night here in Salt Lake City. And if you're going to come on over to the ballpark on this beautiful night, come hungry. It's Dollar Hot Dog Night. The first pitch to Mark Kiger on the way, and it's a fastball strike, 0-1. Kiger batting .226, 8 doubles, 2 homers, 13 runs batted in. Elward in at first base, the 0-1 pitch, and Kiger takes strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. River Cats have won their division 3 years in a row. Now the 0-2 pitch, high and away from the right-handed batter, 1-2. Won the league title in 03 and 04 last year. first round of the playoffs. They went to Tacoma, won the first 2 games, came back home and lost 3 straight to the Rainiers. 1-2 delivery is chopped over the mound. The shortstop Ibar takes a bad house and the ball rolls into left field. Nobody chasing the ball. Now the left fielder Curtis Pride does, and Kiger holds at first base with a bad hop single. A slow bounder, Ibar charging in to make the play, but the ball made a left turn and it went by his bare hand. And it trickled out on the left field. He didn't go out to chase it. Nobody did. Finally, Curtis Pride coming in was able to get to it. Fortunately for the Bees, Kiger was hustling down the line and kept going down the right field line and didn't have a chance to turn and go to second base. Brings up Andrew Beatty, the left fielder. Beatty batting .250. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 3 doubles, a homer, and 7 runs batted in for Beatty. .274 hitter against Salt Lake pitching last year. Led the River Cats with 6 doubles against Salt Lake. No balls. 1 strike the count on Beatty. Kiger 3 out of 4 in the stolen base department. The pitch swung on and sliced foul out of play deep down the right field line, 0-2. Bees' parent club, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, salvaged the final game of their series at San Francisco by beating the Giants 6-3 on a 3-run double by My Series Torres in the 8th inning to snap a 3-all tie. Now Saunders ready, the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, chopped toward third on the short hop. Smith has it. His only play will be to first. In time for the out, Kiger goes to second. Macy charging in, scooping it up on the short hop. Had no chance for Kiger at second base, so he was able to get the play over to first. So 1 out. Kiger on the bad hop single out at second base for Nate Espy. The first baseman batting .299, 11 doubles, 6 homers, and 26 runs batted in. Espy in his 9th year. Last year he was for the Mariners organization, their AA affiliate at San Antonio. So runner at second base, 1 out. Kendrick over to second, and time called. No throw made by Saunders. So the lefty chose Saunders, looking for his 8th win to tie for the league lead in that department. Now the first pitch to Espy. Swung on and sliced foul. Deep out of play down the right field line for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Saunders made 1 start against Sacramento last year. Gave up 8 earned runs on 7 hits and 4 2/3 innings, but was not involved in the decision. 1 strike the count on Espy. Kiger at second base. 1 out. Kendrick again near the bag, trying to keep Kiger close. Now he drops back to 0-1. Swung on, pop fly down the right field line, twisting down towards the Bees bullpen and out of the reach of Mike Elward, trying to chase it down and make it over the shoulder grab, but he couldn't quite get to it, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. No score, just underway here in the top of the first at Franklin Covey Field. Outfield playing Espy straight away. He's picking up a new outfielder today with Nick Gorneau having to go to the disabled list with that fractured patella. Jason Espedo up from AA Arkansas. Left-handed batter, right-hander thrower. Now Saunders ready, the 0-2. Fastball inside of the belt, 1-2 the count. Espedo has spent the last 2 years plus this season at AA Arkansas. He's batting .266 for the Travelers at the time of his promotion. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Espy. Saunders, a quick glance back towards second, and the 1-2 pitch home. Third ball, low and outside, backhanded by Jeff Mathis, the catcher, and the count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, this is the first of a 5-game series. Night games tomorrow as well as Friday and Saturday, with a 2 o'clock start on Sunday before the Bees hit the road for 8 days, 4 at Colorado Springs and 4 at Sacramento. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Espy. Again, Saunders ready, and the pitch. Third ball low, ball 3. 3-2 the count. You're going to see the Sacramento batters take a lot of pitches. That's the Oakland A's way of doing things. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Scott McLean, veteran third baseman, on deck. Now Saunders again ready. Checks the runner, the pitch home. Line drive, right field. Murphy racing back. It's going to be over his head and off the base of the wall. Tiger around third will score. Beatty racing for second base, and he's in with a double. And it's 1-0 Sacramento. As that time, a 3-2 pitch. Saunders didn't want to walk the hitter. Threw a fastball, and SP drove it over the head of Murphy in right field. So Sacramento taking the early 1-0 lead, and they have a runner at second base, 1 out for Scott McLean, the third baseman, batting .246. 14 doubles, 12 homers, 45 runs batted in. McLean in his 17th professional season. First pitch, fastball low and away, ball 1. Most of those years have been spent in AAA. Only 22 major league games played. 13 last year for the Chicago Cubs, 9 in 1998 for Tampa Bay. The 1-0 to McLean, swung on and lifted foul, twisting out of play over the roof down the right field line for strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike to count on McLean. Last year at Iowa, hit 30 home runs, tied for second in the PCL in that department. Now Saunders' pitch. Swing and a miss. Took something off of it and had McLean out in front of it. 1-2 the count. McLean right now has 215 career home runs in the minor leagues. Easily in the top 5 of active minor leaguers. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Saunders ready. The pitch. Lifted into right field. Murphy drifting back. Still going back at the warning track. That one's over his head. SP goes to third and will have to hang on as they thought that ball might be caught. Looked like Murphy had some trouble with it out in right field. And it hit at the base of the wall. It's going to be a double, but SP only goes from second to third. So back-to-back batters going the opposite field against Joe Saunders with success. That'll bring up Jeremy Brown, the designated hitter. Batting .287, 5 doubles, 6 homers, 17 runs batted in. So Joe Saunders getting hit hard here in the early going, although it was all set up by that slow infield bouncer that took a bad hop on the shortstop Eric Ibar. But not a whole lot of doubt to the last 2. Shots off the base of the wall in right field. So runners at second and third, 1 out. Saunders trying to keep the damage minimal here in the first inning. Jeremy Brown, a first-round draft pick by the A's out of the University of Alabama. In 2002, the pitch, strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. So he was 1 year ahead of Adam Tafkovich, who in the University of Alabama program, until he was drafted in 2003. Elward, even with the bag at first, everybody else on the infield is back the 0-1. Swung on and hit in the air to right center field. Willits going back, still drifting back at the edge of the track, backpedaling, makes the catch for the out. SP will tag at third and come on in to score. Tagging at second is McLean. He advances to third on the sacrifice fly by Jeremy Brown, and it's 2-0 Sacramento. And that ball was well hit. Fortunately for the Bees, though, to the deepest part of the park. It's 420 to straightaway center field, but into that right center field corner, it's 431. So 2 out, 2 in for Sacramento here in the first for Keith Ginter, the second baseman. Batting .284, 15 doubles, 5 homers, 36 runs batted in. First pitch from Saunders, and it's a breaking ball outside at the knees, ball 1. 1-0 the count. So a 2 spot here in the first for Sacramento, and they're still batting. The 1-0 to Ginter. Fastball, strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-1. And Juan Dominguez, the Sacramento starter. Been a bit of a roller coaster ride for him. We'll chronicle that in the bottom of the first. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Ginter. The pitch. Fastball outside at the knees, 2-1 the count. Outfield, a couple of steps towards left for Ginter. Veteran of 325 games played in the majors. 2-1 delivery is chopped foul at the third base side, and that evens the count at 2-2. Ginter reaching the major leagues with Houston, Milwaukee, and Oakland. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ginter. McLean at third, 2 out. These trailing 2-0 here in the first. Al Saunders into his windup, the 2-2. Swing and a miss at a changeup. He struck him out, and that retires the side. But the River Cats scored 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner was left stranded at third. So after the first half inning of play, it's Sacramento 2, and the Bees are coming to bat on ESPN 1230.
Next.
Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Say, anyone ever tell you you look like Patricia Heaton?
Thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you had me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi, I'm...
the driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me.
Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and serene tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you with auditions?
For quality and selection, Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
I got hurt in a car wreck, and I've got some questions. Is it normal if I hurt worse the day after the accident? Can I sue the doctor? Can I settle my case without going to court? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to give me what's fair?
I'm attorney Keith Barton, and I can help. These are the kinds of questions I answer every day.
Until I called Keith Barton, I had no idea how it really worked. I called and he got me $200,000. How's that for an answer?
If you've been in a car wreck and you're hurt, call me at area code 801. It's easy.
We go to the bottom of the first inning. Sacramento already with a 2-0 lead defensively for the River Cats. Andrew Beatty's in left. Richie Robnett in center, and Jason Perry's in right. Scott McLean at third, Mark Kiger at short, Keith Ginter at second, and Nate Espy is at first. A battery of Juan Dominguez pitching and John Baker catching. For Dominguez, his 15th game, his 14th start. In 70 innings, he's given up 80 hits, 45 runs, 42 of them earned. He has struck out 40 and walked 34. Hit 5 batters, thrown 1 wild pitch, and surrendered 6 home runs. Dominguez 5-7 with a 5.40 earned run average. The PCL batting .292 against Dominguez, and on the first pitch, Eric Ibar pops it up into shallow left. Tiger fighting the sun, backpedaling, makes the catch for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll bring up the center fielder, Reggie Willett, hitting .323. 13 doubles, 3 triples, 3 homers, and 33 runs batted in. Dominguez has not faced Salt Lake since the 2003 season with Oklahoma. He was not involved in the decision. In his only start against Salt Lake. So here's Reggie Willits, who's got that 30 home game on base streak, the longest such streak in the PCL this year. Fastball from Dominguez in for a strike, 0-1. Dominguez had some very good stretches this year and some not so good stretches. The 0-1 pitch. Willits takes low for a ball, 1-1. His last outing was a loss at Tacoma on June 15th. He gave up 7 runs, all earned on 10 hits in just 5 innings. Now the wind and the 1-1. Off speed and over for a strike, 1-2. Dominguez was 1-4 to start the year, then won 4 out of his next 5. Now he's lost 2 straight. The 1-2 pitch to Willits. Swung on, grounded up the middle, past the diving Ginter into right center field, a base hit. Barry, the right fielder, over to cut it off and hold Willits to a single as Reggie extends that home game on base streak now to 31 in a row. So a runner at first base, 1 out. Here's Tommy Murphy. Murphy batting .331, 8 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, and 18 runs batted in. So Murphy at the plate. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Dominguez. Tommy coming off a 5 for 23 series against Las Vegas. The pitch, a little bit high, ball one. Dominguez, 6'1", 220 in his 7th professional season. Came over in a trade from the Texas organization right at the end of spring training this year for outfielder Freddie Bynum and pitcher John Reinecker. Pickoff move to first and back in safely is Willits. 1 ball to count on Murphy. Brian Harper, B's manager, coaching at third base with the hitting coach Jim Eppert over at first. Again, the throw to first close, but back in safely with the right hand is Reggie Willits. Outfield shaded towards left a bit against left field, the sun field, the shadow of the upper deck now past the infield grass. The 1-0 pitch. Murphy takes a little bit high, ball 2. 2-0 to count. Dominguez out of the Dominican Republic. (6'1", 220 in his 7th year. The 2-0 pitch. Murphy goes, rather Willits goes, and the pitch is fouled. Back to the base of the screen, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. 2-0 River Cats here in the bottom of the first. Infield, double play, depth behind Dominguez. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Murphy. Throw to first, and Willits is back in, standing up. Murphy tapping the plate with his bat. Howie Kendrick is due next. Now Dominguez ready, the 2-1. Murphy swings and he misses 2-2. And these two teams will see a lot of each other coming up. 5 here, and then 4 at Sacramento next weekend. Then the last 3 days prior to the All-Star break will be against Sacramento, and then the first 4 games after the break will be at Sacramento. The 2-2 pitch, Murphy swings and he pops it up. Left side, shallow left. Kiger, the shortstop, a couple of steps back on the outfield grass. Makes the catch for out number 2. 2 down for Howie Kendrick. Leads the league with a .396 batting average, 23 doubles, 4 triples, 9 homers, 48 runs batted in. Kendrick with a 3-game hitting streak working. He was 1 for 4 yesterday. Batting .350 on the homestand. Throw to first into the dirt, dug out by Espy. Kendrick with a pair of 11-game hitting streaks this year. Now Dominguez ready. The pitch. Willits takes off. The pitch inside. No throw by Baker as Reggie had a great jump on that one. So the count 1-0 on Kendrick, and for Willits, that's his 20th stolen base of the year. That ties him for second in the league with Nashville's Jermaine Clark. So now a 2-out base hit could bring in a run. 1 ball to count on Kendrick. The pitch. Change up high and inside of the right-hand batter. Ball 2. 2-0 to count. Dominguez ready. The pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. Strike 1. Again, Kendrick earlier today named to the U.S. team in the upcoming All-Star Futures game, which is 2 weeks from Sunday at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. The U.S. top prospects against the top prospects from the rest of the world. The 2-1 pitch. Kendrick swings and slices 1 foul. Out of play down the right field line off the facing of the upper deck. And the count on Kendrick is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dominguez last year at AA, AAA, and the big leagues in the Texas organization. The right-hander ready, and the 2-2 pitch to Kendrick. Line drive, left center field. Beatty shading his eyes with his glove, finds it and makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base at the end of 1. It's Sacramento 2, the Bees nothing on ESPN 1230.
You already know
know that R.C. Willey is the place to shop for quality home furnishings, but you may not know that R.C. Willey also works hard to provide solutions for you in your home. With same-day delivery, there's no need to wait. R.C. Willey's professional sales associates will answer your questions and help you find exactly what you need. In-store financing means you deal directly with us. By providing an incredible selection of merchandise, it's easy to find your individual taste and style. Find your solutions today at R.C. Willey. One place, so many possibilities.
Athletes can't perform on an empty stomach.
Strike one.
The Old Spaghetti Factory is the perfect place for your pregame and postgame feasts, team parties, and more. Fill up on our delicious homemade mouth-watering dishes. No one speaks the international language of yum like the Old Spaghetti Factory. Serving the best memories in town. It's the perfect place for any occasion. And now, featuring the amazing adventures of Wally the Trolley for our guests 10 and younger. Catch a ride with Wally and his trolley trio as they explore the world. Sign up for our kids club at www.osf.com. It's safe, simple, fun, and on your next birthday, lunch is on us. Conveniently located to serve you in Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem. Good food, good fun, and deliciously complete meals. The Old Spaghetti Factory is where to wind up. The Old Spaghetti Factory in Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem.
We go to the second inning. River Cats 2, Bees nothing. Joe Saunders to face John Baker, Jason Perry, and Richard Robnett. Baker batting .298, 6 doubles, 3 homers, 27 runs batted in. Don't forget to be on the lookout for the Albertsons triple play for charity. Saunders' first pitch to Baker. In at the knees, a strike 0-1. If the Bees pull off a triple play at home, Albertsons will donate $1,000 worth of groceries to the Utah Food Bank. Albertsons, a proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Bees. The 0-1 to Baker. Fastball high, and that evens the count at 1-1. Baker last year hit .294 against Salt Lake as a member of the River Cats. A couple of doubles and 5 runs batted in. Drafted by Oakland. There's a pitch lifted in the air towards right. Murphy to his left towards the corner. Now backpedals 2 steps and makes the catch for out number 1. So Baker retired. 1 away. That'll bring up Jason Perry, the right fielder. Perry batting .254, 4 doubles, a triple, 5 homers, 22 runs batted in. So the batter now, Jason Perry. The pitch. Fastball strike on the inside corner at the bell, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Now Saunders' pitch. Fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Richard Robnett, 2 next. Now Saunders' pitch. Check swing looper out of the left. That's going to land on the lawn for a base hit. An excuse-me single for Jason Perry with 1 out here in the second inning. Hit number 4 for Sacramento in the ball game. That'll bring up Richie Robnett. Robnett just up from Class A Stockton where he's batting .266. 8 doubles, 2 triples, 11 homers, 38 runs batted in. Now this will be his first Triple-A at bat. He's a first-round pick of the A's 2 years ago out of Fresno State. There's a fastball outside of the knees, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Now Saunders ready. The 1-0. Low and outside to the left-hand batter, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Outfield shaded towards left. Now Saunders ready, the pitch. Fastball, a little bit high, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Mark Kiger due next. Perry, the runner at first base, being held on by Elward, the 3-0. Fastball let her high, in for a strike, and it's 3-1. 2-0 Sacramento. We're in the top of the second inning. Joe Saunders' last outing was 5 days ago against Las Vegas. The 3-1, instead the move to first and the runner is back, was not involved in the decision, despite giving up only 2 runs on 7 hits in 8 innings. Three balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Swung on and popped straight up behind home plate. Mathis tosses the mask aside, waits for it, and makes the catch for out number 2. So Robnett retired to the top of the order, and Kiger, who singled and scored on that bat hop single in the first, is how he reached. That game that Saunders pitched was the one that the Bees eventually won in 13 innings. So Kiger the batter, a runner at first with 2 outs. Saunders ready. The first pitch to Kiger. Up high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Two to nothing Sacramento here in the second. Runner at first, 2 outs. Saunders ready, the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss to the fastball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tomorrow night, Thirsty Thursday, drinks $2 here at the ballpark. Stephen Shell, 3-2 for the Bees against Victor Moreno, a right-hander. 2-2 for the River Cats, who are throwing nothing but right-handers to start the game in this series. The runner goes, the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Mathis throw to second base, and safe with a stolen base is Jason Perry, his first in a River Cats uniform. So the count on Kiger, 1-2. Got a great jump did Perry on that one. And now the count 1 ball and 2 strikes on Kiger with a runner in scoring position. 1-2 the count. Time called at home plate. Last year, Sacramento won 5 of 8 here. The Bees won 5 of 8 at Raley Field. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. Sacramento 2, the Bees nothing on ESPN 1230.
Okay, you guys, time for bed.
Daddy, take me for a ride to the bedroom. No, me.
All right, both of you hop on. Oh, man, you guys are getting heavy.
Daddy, you sound like a piggy.
I'm not a piggy. I'm a dinosaur.
No, dinosaurs sound like this. You sound like this.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out.
There are moments that make life meaningful.
Mommy, Daddy's a piggy.
Well, he's a cute little piggy.
One seriously out of shape piggy.
At Select Health, we want to help you enjoy each one. With our health and wellness programs, we're striving to help you and your family stay fit and healthy and be right there with you as life unfolds.
Look, Mommy, the piggy's jumping on the bed.
Daddy's starting a new exercise program.
You know what they say, when pigs fly.
Good one.
Yeah, I'm too tired to be funny. I gotta sit down.
To learn how we're working to make healthcare simpler, visit selecthealth.org. Select Health. Simply there.
Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order?
Come on, what do you want? Well, I don't know what I want for breakfast because I can't think before I have breakfast. But how do I decide what I want for breakfast if I can't think until I get breakfast? Deliver number 1 with a large coffee.
Snap out of it with a delicious bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle sandwich from McDonald's. And if you need more help in the morning, visit McMornings.com.
Like you read my mind. It's a pretty short book.
At participating McDonald's.
We go to the bottom of the second inning, and a new catcher, Jeremy Brown, now behind the plate for the River Cats. What's going on? They announced before the game that Baker was the starting catcher, and now Raul Casanova back in his spot. And now behind the plate is Jeremy Brown. Here's Jeff Mathis batting .311, 17 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, 24 runs batted in. The pitch. Mathis swings and lifts it in the air towards center. Robnett, again, using his glove to shade his eyes from the sun, makes the catch for out number 1. Mathis retired. That'll bring up Curtis Pride, the left fielder. Pride batting .364, 14 doubles, 3 homers, 25 runs batted in. So Brown must be catching. And Raul Casanova is DHing. So 1 out. Curtis Pride, the batter, what a homestand he's had so far. A .625 average, 15 for 24 as he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. For the year, batting .364, 14 doubles, 3 homers, 25 runs batted in. Curtis is hit safely in 8 straight games. The 0-1. Swing and a miss for the pitch away, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 2-0 River Cats here in the second inning. 0-2 the count on Pride. Now Dominguez pitch, swinging a ground ball off the mound towards the shortstop Kiger. Gloves it, sidearms it to first in plenty of time for the out. 2 up, 2 down here in the Salt Lake second. That'll bring up Mike Elward, the first baseman. Elward batting .270, 5 doubles, a homer, and 18 runs batted in since coming up from Double-A. Elward stepping into the batter's box against Juan Dominguez. Elward coming off a series in which he hit 6 for 17 against Las Vegas. First pitch, strike on the inside corner at the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Outfield playing Elward to pull towards left. The pitch into the dirt. A ball that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Dominguez ready. The pitch. Elward swings. He lifts it in the air towards center. Robnett going back. Now backpedaling. Makes the catch to retire the side. In the second inning rather, the Bees are up and down in order, and after 2, it's Sacramento 2, the Bees nothing on ESPN 1230.
May 23rd. I had a spicy premium chicken sandwich for lunch, just like the day before and the day before that. Question for Dr. Levy. If a human eats too many chicken sandwiches, can he turn into a chicken? I had the dream again last night. There's a fox outside my door. At least I think it was a dream.
The irresistible premium chicken sandwiches from McDonald's. Made with tender, juicy, all-white breast meat. At participating McDonald's.
SOS Staffing Services is a proud sponsor of Bees Baseball. Just like the Salt Lake Bees, SOS is Utah's hometown team. Based in Salt Lake City for over 32 years, SOS has 27 strategically placed Utah offices to draft Utah's top talent. SOS specializes in direct placement, temp to hire, and temporary employment in fields such as administrative, technical, production assembly, labor, and many more. So the next time your business needs a pinch hitter or a top draft pick, call SOS Staffing Services.
Hey, Bees fans, are you looking for a summer deal and a meal to satisfy your cravings? Stop by Wiener Schnitzel today for the 2 for $2.22 deal. Chili cheese dog and chili cheeseburger, only $2.22. Hurry in today. And while you're there, don't forget to cool down with the new Tasty Freeze Brownie Freezy. Chewy brownies mixed with creamy vanilla Tasty Free soft serve, topped with chocolate syrup. Wiener Schnitzel. It's the official hot dog of the Salt Lake Bees. Wiener Schnitzel, pushing the boundaries of taste.
All right, we go to the third inning. It's a 2-0 ball game in favor of Sacramento. It'll be Andrew Beatty, Nate Espy, and Scott McLean, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, 2 up, to face left-hander Joe Saunders. Beatty bounced out to Casey Smith at third, his first time up. It's also time for the update of the Abra scoreboard. The pitch low and outside of the right-hand batter. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Now Saunders the 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Windshield chips or cracks got you down. Let the specialist at Abra take the worry out of your glass replacement or repair. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule your appointment. Now the 1-1 pitch to Andrew Beatty. Fastball outside of the knees, 2-1 the count. And the PCL Nashville's at Round Rock tonight. The Express leading 1-0. In the 6th at New Orleans, at Oklahoma rather, New Orleans leads the Redhawks 2-0. Swing and a miss by Beatty. The count's 2-2. Again, that's in English. New Orleans 2, Oklahoma 0 in the bottom of the 6th. 6th inning at Des Moines, Iowa leads Omaha 1-0. At Memphis in the 6th, the Redbirds lead Albuquerque 1-0. The 2-2 to Beatty. Fastball outside at the knees. Ball 3. 3-2 the count. Later on, Las Vegas at Tucson. Fresno hosts Colorado Springs. And Portland is at Tacoma. The 3-2 payoff pitch to Beatty. Strike 3 called in at the knees. Strikeout number 3 for Joe Saunders. And there's one down here in the 3rd. Brings up Nate Espy, who doubled off the wall and right. Brought home a run. And later scored a run. The 2 that are on the board for the River Cats. In the major leagues, interleague play, Boston pounding Washington 9-2 in the 8th. The former Buzzman, David Ortiz, with his 21st home run of the year for the Red Sox. Baltimore shuts out Florida tonight, 4-0. The pitch to Espy. Change up, strike 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Yankees lead at Philadelphia 5-0 in the 8th. They're in a rain delay at Cleveland. The Cubs lead the Indians 9-2 on the strength of an 8-run 3rd inning. Little tap up the third base side, and it kicks foul. So the count on Espy's 0-2. In the only National League game after 8 at New York, the Mets lead Cincinnati 5-4. Tampa Bay edged Arizona 3-2. After starting out the year 8-0, Brandon Webb is now 8-3. In the 8th inning at Atlanta, the Blue Jays lead the Braves 5-3. Vernon Wells with his 18th home run of the year for Toronto. Last night, the White Sox beat St. Louis 20-6. Tonight, they're in the 6th inning. The White Sox lead the Cardinals 13-4. Konerko, Tomei, Creedy, and Uribe all homering for Chicago. So Taguchi and Jim Edmonds for St. Louis. 6th inning at Texas, the Rangers and the Padres are tied at 2. Mike Piazza with his 9th home run of the year for San Diego. The Twins lead in Houston 3-2 in the 7th. The 0-2 pitch, swinging a ground ball, foul, just outside of first, still 0-2. Lance Berkman with his 20th home run of the year for the Astros. Bottom of the 6th at Kansas City. Pirates lead the Royals 4-1. At Denver in the 3rd, Oakland trails Colorado 1-0. Later on, the Dodgers host Seattle. 2 day games in the majors today. First, the 0-2. Swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch. He struck him out. 2 up, 2 down here in the 3rd. And just a reminder that if the Bees pitching staff combines to strike out 10 or more batters in a 9-inning game tonight, Cal Soleo Distributors and Kendall Oil will donate $125 to the Multiple Sclerosis Society of Utah. Earlier today, it was Milwaukee rallying to beat Detroit 4-3. Derek Turnbow, the save, is 21st for the former Stinger. First pitch to Scott McLean. Change up, strike 0-1. McLean double to right his first time up. And the Angels beat the Giants in San Francisco 6-3. Meister is Torres, a 3-run double in the 8th, the snap of 3 all time. There's a swing and a line drive caught by Kendrick. 2 steps to his right, makes the belt high backhand grab, and that retires the side. 1-2-3, brought to you by Keith Barton and Associates. It's just that easy as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Sacramento 2, the Bees nothing on ESPN 1230.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Are you using the same smelly mask and tubing that you got when you started? Masks and tubing should be replaced regularly. You won't believe how much nicer it is to breathe in a new mask. It's healthier, too. Call Med1 today at 800-248-5882. With a new mask, you'll have fewer colds and sore throats. Do you snore when you're wearing your CPAP? If your CPAP is working as it should, you should never snore when you have the CPAP machine on. An old, worn-out mask causes leaks and will not allow your CPAP machine to operate at the correct pressure. Schedule an appointment to visit our sleep laboratory and bring your CPAP machine, and we'll do a free pressure check and give you a free CPAP tube. Sign up for our Sleep Smart Gold Maintenance Program, and your first mask is free. Call 800-248-5882.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Introducing Papa John's
John's new sizzling fajita pizza with onions and peppers, a new Southwestern pizza sauce. Choose marinated steak or grilled chicken for only $11.99. A large sizzling fajita pizza, just $11.99. Call now or order online at papajohns.com. Play 100 sizzling days of summer at papajohns.com for a chance to win a Chrysler Crossfire. See store or website for details. Limited delivery area charges may apply.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Sacramento out in front of the Bees by a score of 2-0. It'll be Ryan Buddy, Casey Smith, and Eric Ibart. The 8-9-1 hitters due up in the Salt Lake batting order to face right-hander Juan Dominguez. Sacramento leading 2-0. It's also the bottom of the third, which means it's time for our Great Cliff Junior broadcaster. 11-year-old Abby Olson joins us tonight. Abby's going into the 7th grade at the Mountain Fort Middle School in Ogden. Abby, you having a good time tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's see if the Bees can score some runs while you're with me. There's a pitch in for a strike. Oh, and I got to ask you right off the bat, you had a baseball in your hand. You got some autographs tonight?
Oh, yeah.
The 0-1 pitch on the way to Buddy. Breaking ball low, 1-1. So that the guys were nice. There's a lot of signatures on the ball. Well, looks like it, yeah. Some pretty good ones, I would guess. Yeah, Jeff Haverlow's on here. Hey, Corey Myers, Brian Harper, the manager. Some good signatures on that ball.
Definitely.
There's a swing and a foul back into the screen. The count's 1-2. Says you like to play softball, baseball, volleyball, bowling, and soccer.
Yeah.
You know, I've always liked bowling. You know why?
Why?
Because unlike golf, I've never lost a ball while bowling. It always comes back to you. The 1-2 pitch on the way is fouled back to the screen, 1-2. Do you know what your high score is?
100 something. I think it was like 9.
That's okay. 109. That's a good score. You're a pretty good bowler then?
Yep.
Now the 1-2 pitch on the way to Buddy. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Dropped third strike. The catcher Brown applies the tag for out number 1. That'll bring up Casey Smith, the third baseman, batting .296. 14 doubles, a triple, no homers, and 23 runs batted in. Now it says, like I said, folks, Abby plays softball, baseball, basketball, volleyball, bowling, soccer. But besides all that, you have time to be a straight-A student?
Yep.
Wow. That's very impressive.
Thanks.
1 out, nobody on base. The pitch. Smith takes a strike on the inside corner at the belt, 0-1. I think I was a straight C student. I'm not sure. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Swung on, ground ball, right side and through into right field, a base hit. So Casey Smith's aboard with a 1-out single here in the third. That'll bring up Eric Ibar, who popped up to the shortstop his first time up. So it says here your favorite subjects are math and the language arts.
Yep.
What's your favorite thing about math? Well, why do you like it so much?
Because my mom's a math teacher, so I'm really good at it.
I would hope so. I've gotten to be pretty good at math too. Now, you don't give me any of those, algebra type things, but boy, I can figure out a batting average and earned run average just like that. There's a pitch low for a ball, 1-0. I just tried to snap my fingers holding a pen. That doesn't work very well, does it?
Doesn't look like it.
1 ball, no strikes the count on Ibar. The infield double play, depth up the middle. The pitch swung out at a high fly ball right field. Perry going back, still going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it is gone. A 2-run home run for Eric Ibar, and the game is tied 2-2. I had a feeling, Abby, you were going to bring the team some good luck, and you did there.
Yep.
So Eric Ibar with his 5th home run of the year, his 26th and 27th runs batted in. A high, towering fly ball. Perry kept going back, but he ran out of real estate. So the game now tied at 2, and the batter will be Reggie Willits, who singled to right. Now, when you play softball, baseball, what position do you like to play?
Usually in the field because I have a really strong arm.
Oh, good arm, huh? Always important. We've got some guys with some pretty good arms, too. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Now, favorite colors are red and maroon. I hope that doesn't mean you're going to like Sacramento because they have maroon in their uniform.
No.
Okay, good. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Willett shows bunt and takes outside for a ball, 1-1. It also looks like, besides being an athlete and a straight-A student, you're pretty good at video games?
Oh, yeah, that's bomb.
What's your favorite game?
Probably Mario games.
The Mario games?
Yep.
1 ball, 1 strike, a pitch outside a ball, 2-1. I never do very well on those. I don't know why. I'm just not very good at them. I once played my son in the John Madden football game and lost 110-3. The 2-1 pitch bunted by Willits, foul to the left of home plate, and the count's 2-2, and I had to kick a field goal with less than 10 seconds to go to get the 3. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So who's here at the ballpark with you tonight?
My mom, my stepdad, and my little brother.
Anybody that you know of that might be listening that you told you were going to be on the radio you want to say hi to?
Not that I know of.
Well, then say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Pitch is outside the Willits, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Now, I hope they gave you good seats tonight.
Oh, yes.
Good seats? Okay. I just, got to make sure my junior broadcaster is taken care of. There's a fastball, strike 3 called. Reggie was on his way to first, thinking that was high for ball 4. Instead, he's rung up as the second strikeout victim of the game for Juan Dominguez. That'll bring up Tommy Murphy, who has popped up to the shortstop Kiger his first time up. Now, it looks like while your mom's a math teacher, that you've got some family members who are in the food business, one cooking and one selling.
Yep.
And the pitch in for a strike. Your grandma owns Sandy's Fine Food, and you have an aunt that owns Rooster's Union Grill. Where's Rooster's Union Grill?
Roosters and Union Grill are on 25th Street, and there's Roosters in Layton.
Okay. There's a pitch, swing and a miss, 0-2. What's the best thing they make there?
My grandma makes this really good peach cobbler. I like that.
I think I might have to go there for lunch someday. That sounds like it'd be a pretty good lunch.
It is.
Especially, or should I just skip lunch and go right to the peach cobbler?
Go straight to the peach cobbler.
The 0-2 pitch to Murphy on the way, swing and a tap foul at home plate. The count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. All right, peach cobbler. Whipped cream or ice cream on top?
Both.
Oh, you put both? That's a good way to serve it. That sounds really good.
It definitely is.
How late do they open?
I don't know. I think 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock? Well, if we have a fast game, maybe I'll have some peach cobbler for dessert. It's the 0-2 pitch on the way as Murphy fouls it off. Third base side, out of play. So the count remains 0-2 on Murphy. So looking forward to going into the 7th grade?
Yeah.
So is that the first year of middle school?
It's second year.
Second year, okay. There's a swing, a little looper out of the right center field. That's going to land on the lawn for a base hit. Played on the third hop by Jason Perry. And so the Bees have the potential go-ahead run on at first with 2 outs. That'll bring up Howie Kendrick, who flied to left field his first time up. Was it tough the first year in middle school being the
I wasn't the shortest, but then again, I was the youngest. But when you're taller, nobody usually asks how old you are. They just guess. And so it ended up pretty good.
Throw to first base, the runner back. Yeah, I can remember when I was in middle school, one of the older kids sold me an elevator pass. We didn't have an elevator. He just paid $10 off of me. There's a swing and a miss for a strike. And the count on Kendrick is 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Now explain to me what language arts is.
Like spelling and reading, pretty much.
What's your favorite kind of book to read?
I kind of like mysteries and action ones.
No balls, 2 strikes to count on Kendrick. Abby Olson, our Great Clips junior broadcaster. A well-rounded young lady. Straight A student, athlete. Pitch outside a ball, 1-2. Do you have a favorite, of all the sports, which is your favorite?
Baseball.
Is your favorite team? You have a favorite major league team?
The Chicago Cubs. They're the best in Chicago.
Well, no, that's not right. There's a pitch to throw to second base, and Tommy Murphy is thrown out trying to steal, and that retires. I'll explain that when I come back. 2 runs 3 hits, no errors, nobody left on base. After 3, we're all tied. Bees 2, Sacramento 2. Abby, thanks for being our Great Clips Junior broadcaster.
Thanks.
The end of 3, all tied at 2. Back after this here on ESPN 1230.
May 23rd. I had a spicy premium chicken sandwich for lunch, just like the day before and the day before that. Question for Dr. Levy. If a human eats too many chicken sandwiches, can he turn into a chicken? I had the dream again last night. There's a fox outside my door. At least I think it was a dream.
The irresistible premium chicken sandwiches from McDonald's. Made with tender, juicy, all-white breast meat. At participating McDonald's.
Mountains West Ranches Recreational Properties has beautiful recreational and cabin properties conveniently located by Starvation Reservoir. They offer 5, 10, 20, 40, and 80-acre or larger parcels at reasonable pricing with guaranteed access and simple, easy owner, low-down, low-monthly financing. There's an abundance of wildlife, including deer and elk, that roam the property year-round. There are endless ATV trails, snowmobiling, hiking, boating, camping, fishing, horseback riding, spectacular views, and so much more. But most of all, you'll escape the rat race of the city and enjoy sheer peace, quiet, rest, and relaxation. Call us to schedule your appointment, 1-877-894-5658, or check our website at mwranches.com. Mountains West Ranches, where the air is clean, the skies are blue, the water is clear, and the magnificent views are waiting there for you to enjoy.
All right, we go to the 4th inning. Bees 2, Sacramento 2. If you're between the ages of 8 and 13 and would like to be the Great Clips Junior broadcaster, just like Abby Olson was, all you have to do is enter to win at any Wasatch Front Great Clips location. Relax, it's Great Clips. Jeremy Brown, the catcher, to lead things off, drove in a run with a sacrifice fly his first time up against Joe Saunders. Takes a fastball high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. The line score for each team. As Saunders delivers. Swing, little tap up in front of home plate. Grabbed by Mathis in fair territory and throws to first for the out. Great hustle by Jeff on that one, because that kind of English, it very well could have hit and spun back into foul territory. Jeremy Brown was barely out of the batter's box, so Mathis pounced on that ball like a cat and fired a strike to first for the out. 1 away. That'll bring up Keith Ginter, who struck out swinging his first time up. I explained to Abby in between innings that when she said that her favorite team was the Cubs, pitch on the way, curveball, low ball 1. Or take that back to strike. Casey Moser with a late right arm. Got that right jab of a strike call, which is difficult to see. I explained to her that I grew up in Chicago as a White Sox fan. It's just don't, Cubs are, that's bad. Cubs is a bad 4-letter word. There's a pitch outside a ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Anybody from Chicago who tells you that they were fans of both teams are lying. There's a fastball high and away, ball 2. 2-1 the count. 2-2 ball game here. River Cats 2 in the first. The Bees tie it up with 2 in the third on a home run by Eric Ivar. 2-1 pitch, breaking ball. And that misses low, ball 3 to Ginter. 3-1 the count. Came over to the A's organization, did Ginter in December of 2004 for pitcher Justin Lear and outfielder Nelson Cruz. 3-1 pitch from Saunders. Fastball driven in the air to right center field. Willits on his horse, still on his horse, now slows down and makes the letter high catch about 3 steps in front of the warning track for out number 2. Reggie had to go a long way for that one, but he was able to run it down for the second out. That brings up Raul Casanova, the designated hitter. Flied out to right field his first time up. Casanova started the year on the disabled list with a sprained lumbar spine. Was sent to Double-A Midland on the 9th and recalled on the 19th to Sacramento. There's a fastball outside at the knees. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. This is only his third game for the River Cats this year. Now the 1 and the 1-0. Swinging a ground ball foul right behind the third base coach, Tony DeFrancesco, the manager. And the count's even at 1-1. Only his 13th overall year as a minor league manager, his 4th with Sacramento. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Saunders' pitch. A little bit low off the outside corner. 2-1 the count on Casanova. In his 17th professional season. 2 balls, 1 strike, the pitch. Swung on and fouled up over the roof behind first base and on to West Temple, and the count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 ball game, top of the 4th on yet another beautiful night here in Salt Lake City. The weather on this homestand's been outstanding. 2-2 curveball, strike-free call to the inside corner at the knees, and that retires the side. Strikeout number 5 for Joe Saunders. And another 1-2-3 inning brought to you by Keith Barton and Associates. 8:01, it's easy. We go to the bottom of the 4th. These two, Sacramento 2 on ESPN 1230.
Attention motorcycle and ATV riders. Dreaming of a new Yamaha motorcycle or ATV? Well, stop dreaming and start heading to Plaza Cycle for the huge Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event. Because right now, you can get payments as low as $89 a month for 24 months with 0 down on a huge selection of new Yamaha motorcycles, ATVs, side-by-sides, and scooters. You heard right. Payments as low as $89 a month plus 0 down for 2 full years on a new Yamaha. So visit Plaza Cycle today for the huge Get Out and Ride sales event. Because an offer this good won't last. Plaza Cycle at 1379 West, 3300 South in the heart of Salt Lake Valley. Plaza Cycle, walk in, ride out. On the Yamaha card, subject to credit approval through 8/31/06 on select new Yamaha motorcycles, excluding FJR models, ATVs, side-by-sides, and scooters. As low as $89 monthly payment for 24 months at 8.9% APR for amounts financed up to $10,000 with account kept current. Thereafter, the standard rate of 12.99% or 22.99% APR applies. Default rate 24.99%. Minimum finance charge $1. See dealer for ATV age restrictions. Yamaha recommends an approved training course. Call 1-800-887-2887.
Hi, Paul Hartman here. You know, if I were to hire somebody for my business, I would want to see their resume. That's why I think it's only fair to give you our resume right now. We have 20 years servicing the Wasatch area. Family owned and operated. Winner of last year's top technician training program. Always staffed 24 hours, 7 days a week. And we specialize in finding you the best solutions for your comfort with energy savings. With over 71% repeat and customer referral rate, we know we're doing our job right. So, when you're in need, call Hartman Heating and Air, 264-8300, serving the heart of your home and business.
We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's a 2-2 ball game. It'll be Howie Kendrick, Jeff Mathis, and Curtis Pride due up to face Juan Dominguez. Kendrick to lead things off. He was at the plate when the 3rd inning ended when Tommy Murphy was thrown out trying to steal. Tommy 3 out of 3 in the stolen base department with the Angels this year. Here's Kendrick swinging and driving one to deep left field. Beatty going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it is long gone. Onto the sidewalk and one hop to the playground. Howie Kendrick with his 10th home run of the year, and the Bees lead it 3-2. A high towering drive as Kendrick puts the Bees out in front here in the 4th inning. That's his 49th run batted in. He's got to be one of those guys who has to pick up the slack with Nick Gorneau out for several weeks with that fractured patella. The pitch to Mathis, swung on, cued off the end of his bat, near second base, up the middle, diving stop of the shortstop Kiger, but he has no play. It'll be an infield single for Jeff Mathis. Well, one had some English on it as it stuck by Dominguez and on out behind second base. So runner at first base, nobody out, and the batter will be Curtis Pride, who grounded out to short his first time up. And now the catcher, Jeremy Brown, out to have a word with Dominguez. Just a reminder, if a Bees player hits for the cycle at home this season during a regulation 9-inning game, you could win $10,000 in the SMC Capital Management Hit for the Cycle contest, courtesy of Gary Gigi of SMC Capital Management. Register to win at the Franklin Covey Field Customer Service Booth. And don't forget to check out www.retirementsource.net for more information on SMC Capital Management, Architects of Wealth. First pitch to Pride is outside at the knees, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Infield double play depth behind Dominguez. Pride at the plate leads the Bees with 8 times grounding into a double play this year. Runner takes off, pitches flat toward third. Up with it, McLean with the runner going. The only play is at first base. Mathis advances to second on the ground out by Pride. One away. That'll bring up Mike Elward, who flied out to center field his first time up. 3-2 Bees here in the bottom of the fourth. And the Angels a winner today, 6-3. On the bases loaded 3-run double by My Series Torres to snap a 3-all tie in the 8th inning. The pitch. Inside corner, belt high for a strike, 0-1. The Angels have struggled during the month of May, yet they have the second lowest earned run average in Major League Baseball for the month of June. Is what I meant to say. The month of June they've struggled, but the pitching staff's done well. The pitch into the dirt, 1-1. Part of the problem, not scoring enough runs. The other part of the problem for their 8-10 record in June is defensive struggles. They rank last in the American League in fielding after leading the American League last year. The 1-1. Elward grounds one foul up the third base side. The count's 1-2. They have already given up 53 unearned runs, which is the most in the majors, and 8 more than they allowed all of last year. The Angel pitching staff also leads the league with 43 wild pitches. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Elward. Now Dominguez pitch. Fly ball, right center field. Robnett on his horse, racing back. That's going to be over his head, and one up the wall. Rounding third, Mathis. He will score as Elward's into second base with an RBI double, and the Bees lead it 4-2. As he crushed that ball to the deepest part of the park in right center field. Elward's 6th double and his 19th run batted in. So now the Bees have a 2-run lead, and Rich Rodriguez, the longtime pitching coach for Sacramento, will make a visit to the mound. And the batter will be Ryan Buddy, who struck out swinging his first time up. So Elward's double giving Salt Lake a 2-run advantage here in the fourth. Now the home plate umpire, Casey Moser, out to break up the conversation. River Cats had outfielder Doug Clark called up by Oakland yesterday. That hurts the River Cats as he led the team in runs, hits, stolen bases, and at-bats. Earlier this year, they lost Matt Watson, their high-powered offensive outfielder, who was able to land with the team in Japan. There's a pitch into the dirt, good snap by Brown, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. One and 0 the count. Runner at second base, 1 down. Now Dominguez ready. The pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Watson went to the Chiba Lotte Marines of the Japanese Pacific League back on May the 13th. In that big All-Star game performance in Sacramento last year. The 1-1 pitch. But he swings and lines one in the left field, a base hit. Elward on to third, being waved on in by Brian Harper. Andrew Beatty's throw to the plate, cut off. Throw back to first base. It's an RBI single for Ryan Buddy, and the Bees now lead it 5-2. The throw was cut off. I thought they still had a chance to get Elward at the plate. But the throw was cut off by the pitcher Dominguez, who then fired to first, but scampering back was Ryan Buddy. So now the Bees lead it by a score of 5-2. 3 runs in here in the bottom of the fourth, and that'll bring up Casey Smith, who singled to right field. His first time up and later scored. Swing and a miss, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count on Casey. Infield, double play, depth behind Dominguez. The right-hander set the 0-1. Breaking ball low and inside. That evens the count at 1-1. And don't forget, tomorrow night is your Thirsty Thursday. Drinks $2 here at the ballpark. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Swing and a miss to the pitch in the dirt, 1-2. It's not too soon to start thinking about the 4th of July. That's just 2 weeks ago yesterday. So get your tickets now. The box office opens Monday through Friday at 8:30. Saturdays at noon on game days. Nothing more American than baseball and fireworks on the 4th of July. The 1-2 pitch. Casey swings and pops it up. Shallow right, Ginter out. Perry in, Perry the call, and the catch for the out. 2 down. That'll bring us to the top of the order, and Eric Ibar, who tied the game with a 2-run home run last inning. And I checked earlier today, there's still a lot of good seats available for that game, so if you can, come on out to the ballpark tomorrow. Again, the box office opens at 8:30, and get your tickets for the 4th of July, baseball and fireworks. And nothing more American than that on the 4th of July here at Franklin Covey Field. The Bees taking on Colorado Springs. There goes the runner. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second base is a strike. And Ryan Buddy is out trying to steal to end the inning. 2-6 on the putout. But the Bees scored 3 runs on 4 hits. No errors. Nobody left on base. We go to the 5th. Bees 5, Sacramento 2 on ESPN 1230.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
Denny's works for me because I like bacon, sausage, and ham, usually at the same time. And I can get all that at Denny's for just a few bucks. I mean, how many places can you still say that about? I can think of about 1.
Denny's is also the one place you can go for the new Extreme Grand Slam. It has more bacon and sausage than ever, plus 2 eggs, hash browns, and pancakes. One of 3 new Super Slams for just $5.99 each. Denny's.
Works for me.
Price and participation may vary for a limited time only.
All right, we go to the 5th inning. He's leading 5-2 now after the 3-run 4th. It'll be Jason Perry, Richie Robnett, and Mark Kiger. The 8-9-1 hitters due up to face lefty Joe Saunders. Perry singled to left, stole second, but was stranded there in the 2nd inning. First pitch from Saunders, curveball low, ball 1. Our 5th inning, middle of the game reset of the Bees' defensive alignment. Coming up after Saunders delivers his 1-0 pitch to Perry. Fastball, strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-1. Curtis Pride, Reggie Willett, Tommy Murphy in left, center, and right. Casey Smith, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Mike Elworth, the infield, 3rd to 1st. The 1-1 pitch, swing, and a foul. At home plate, 1-2. A battery of Joe Saunders pitching and Jeff Mathis catching. 1-2 the count on Perry. Now Saunders ready. Mathis the sign down. The target up. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball, little flare towards left. That's going to land on the lawn for a base hit. That's twice now that Perry's just done a little soft flare onto left field for a base hit. So leadoff man is aboard for the River Cats. That'll bring up Richie Robnett, who fouled out to the catcher. Jeff Mathis, his first time up. That is the 5th hit of the ball game for Sacramento. The first since Perry's single in the 2nd. As that snaps a run of 8 in a row, retired by Joe Saunders. So runner at first, nobody out. Robnett takes high and outside of the left-hand batter, ball 1. 1-0 the count. The outfield shaded towards left. Saunders pitch. Fastball, pop foul, coming back and out of play, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Robnett just brought up from Single A Stockton. Number 13 prospect in the organization, according to Baseball America. 1 ball, 1 strike the pitch. Line drive, slicing into left center field. On the run, Reggie Willett reaches up over his head and makes the catch for out number 1. That ball, when it left Robnett's bat, looked like it was going to fall in for a hit, but it stayed up for Willett to run it down. So that'll bring us to Mark Kiger, who has singled and struck out. All kids 14 and under, have your parents stop by for you at the Larry H. Miller Chevrolet store at 5650 South State Street in Murray, and then have them enter you for a chance to win the opportunity to be the honorary bat kid of the Bees home game. Larry H. Miller Chevrolet, after all, you know this guy. The toss to first, and Perry is back. Again, Perry with a stolen base. His first of the year and his first attempt for Sacramento. He was 2 out of 3 in the stolen base department in 28 games at Double-A Midland this year. There's a fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. Kiger. Right-handed batter. Infield. Double play depth. The 1 strike pitch. Swings late on a fastball away, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on Kiger. Even though Kiger is a right-handed batter, he's faring better against right-handed pitching, hitting .250 against righties coming into this one. Just .163 against southpaws, although he's 1 for 2 tonight against Saunders. The move towards first, and back in safely is Perry. No balls, 2 strikes. Old Glory hanging limp on the flagpole in left field. The last rays of sunshine on their way out of the ballpark, hitting the flag. The 0-2 again. Reaches out and lines 1 foul off the facing of the upper deck, and it caroms all the way back onto the field of play and probably lopsided. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Kiger. And Bees winners of 8 in a row coming in. The franchise record is 10. All 8 have come at home. The home field winning streak record is 11. Set last year by the Stingers. The 0-2. Kiger lines 1 into right field, a base hit. Played on the roll out there by Murphy. Stopping at second is Jason Perry, and now Kiger's 2 for 3. And now the River Cats trying to mount a comeback with 2 on, 1 out at the potential tying run at the plate now as Andrew Beatty comes to the plate. He's grounded to third and taken a called 3rd strike. So 2 on, 1 out for Beatty. Again, the infield still at double play depth. Kendrick shaded towards second to keep Perry close. Now he drops back. The first pitch. Grounded toward third. Up with it Smith. To second, that's 1. Kendrick's relay to first, that's 2. Around the horn. 5-4-3 double play. Gets Joe Saunders out of the inning. The 84th double play turned by the Bees this year. No runs, 2 hits. 1 runner left on base. We're halfway through this scheduled 9-rounder. The Bees 5, Sacramento 2 on ESPN 1230.
Hi, Stock Exchange? Hi. Can I speak with a bell ringer? Yeah, the person who rings that morning bell. Oh, well, I have an announcement to make. Oh, see, I need to tell everyone on the exchange floor that I'm selling my home. Yeah, that's right. I'm selling my home. Oh, well, I need the Dow to stay up. Give those stockbrokers a little added motivation, keep the economy moving so my home will sell faster. Well, it can't hurt.
Okay, so you can't influence the economy, but choosing a Coldwell Banker residential brokerage agent will help you get the best price for your home, no matter what the market conditions are. Coldwell Banker agents are the most well-trained real estate professionals in the business. They're at the cutting edge of local and national market trends. They use the most advanced marketing tools in the industry, and they specialize in strategically positioning your home so it sells on your terms. Get every advantage when you sell your home.
Yep, still me. Still holding for that bell ringer person.
Call a Coldwell Banker professional in your neighborhood or visit UtahHomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Bees baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and a chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
All right, we go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. The Bees right now leading by a score of 5-2. It'll be the top of the order. Eric Ibar, Reggie Willits, and Tommy Murphy to face right-hander Juan Dominguez. Ibar 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer his last time up that tied the game at 2-2. First pitch a strike as he shows bunt. Pitch on the inside corner at the belt. 0-1 the count on Ibar, who was at the plate when Tommy Murphy, or I should say when Ryan Buddy was thrown out trying to steal to end the fourth inning. There's a breaking ball in the dirt from Dominguez, and the count's 1-1. Dominguez last year was the first Rangers pitcher in 2 years to strike out 10 batters in a game. He did it against the Yankees on August the 13th. The 1-1 pitch, line foul, slicing off the facing of the upper deck down the left field line, and the count's 1-2. 2 years prior to that, it was another rookie, Colby Lewis, who struck out 10 White Sox batters on August the 15th of 2003. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Ibar as Dominguez deals. Flowing on, chopped over the mound. The second baseman Getter to his right, backhands it in front of second base and throws to first for the out. Nicely done by Ginter, and there's one down here in the fifth. Brings up Reggie Willits, who has singled and taken a call, third strike. Our fifth inning, middle of the game reset of the Sacramento defensive alignment. Andrew Beatty, Richard Robnett, and Jason Perry in left, center, and right. Scott McLean at third, Mark Kiger at short, Keith Ginter at second, and Nate Espy at first. A battery of Juan Dominguez pitching, and Jeremy Brown catching. So 1 out, base is empty for the Bees here in the bottom of the fifth inning. First pitch to Willits, up high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. McLean even with a bag at third, just in case Willits tries to lay one down. The 1-0 pitch into the dirt, bounces off the glove of the catcher Jeremy Brown, and the count's 2-0. Dominguez has made 32 appearances in the majors, 17 of them starts with Texas. He won 5 and lost 10. Now the 2-0 pitch to Willits. A little bit high, ball 3. 3-0 the count on Reggie. And Dominguez has dropped his last 2 decisions after winning 4 of 5. The 3-0 pitch right down the middle is strike 3-1. His last win came at Las Vegas on May 30th. 6 1/3 shutout innings against the 51s. 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Fouled off third base side into the upper deck, so that fills the count at 3-2. So far this year, he's been a much better pitcher in Sacramento than on the road. 3-2 at home with a 4.02 ERA compared to 2-5 away from Raleigh Field with an ERA over 7. 3-2 payoff pitch. Well, it takes one in the dirt, ball 4. It goes all the way back to the screen. But Brown, the catcher, recovers quickly, so Willits will hold at first base with the first walk issued by Dominguez on the night, and for Willits, his team leading 46 base on balls. Brings up Tommy Murphy, who's 1 for 2. Single to right his last time up. And make your plans now to come on out to the ballpark on the 4th of July. Fireworks and baseball, All-American entertainment on the 4th of July. And the box office opens 8:30 Monday through Friday. Rodder at first base, 1 out. The pitch up a little high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strikes. The infield double play depth. The pitch. Murphy thought about it, takes the pitch outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count. He's trying to add to a 5-2 lead. Throw to first base, and Willett's back in with a head first dive. And the first of a 5-game series here. The pitch. Line drive, left field, headed towards the corner. Beatty racing after it, won't get to it as it one-hops the wall. Willett's racing into third. He's being waved on in by Brian Harper. The relay throw to the plate, off the glove of the catcher Brown, and Willits is safe at the plate. It's an RBI double for Tommy Murphy, and the Bees now lead it 6-2. A liner hard to the opposite field, slicing away from Andrew Beatty. Willits had the afterburners going and scored all the way from first base. So Murphy at second base with his 9th double of the year. He drives in his 19th run, and that'll bring up Howie Kendrick, who hit a home run his last time up. A long blast to left to put the Bees ahead, 3-2. Pitch to Kendrick is low, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Now Dominguez pitch. Kendrick pops it up down the right field line. Going out SP. Perry coming across. The Bees scatter in the bullpen, straddling the line. The catch is made by Perry. Tagging at second base, Murphy. He advances to third. Good base running by Murphy. 2 down. That'll bring up Jeff Mathis, who's 1 for 2. Reached on an infield single his last time up, and eventually scored a run. So a runner at third base, 2 outs. Dominguez with a runner at third, 2 out, will work from the stretch. Dominguez pitch. High and inside. Leans Mathis back out of the way. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Infield back, the outfield straight away. The pitch. Mathis swings and lifts one off the end of his bat into left field. Andrew Beatty camps underneath it, and he'll put the squeeze on it for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Bees add another run to their lead on 1 hit, no errors. They leave 1 base runner. And so after 5, it's now the Bees 6, Sacramento 2 on ESPN 1230.
Athletes can't perform on an empty stomach.
Strike 1.
The Old Spaghetti Factory is the perfect place for your pre-game and post-game feasts, team parties, and more. Fill up on our delicious homemade mouth-watering dishes. No one speaks the international language of yum like the Old Spaghetti Factory. Serving the best memories in town. It's the perfect place for any occasion. And now, featuring the amazing adventures of Wally the Trolley for our guests 10 and younger. Catch a ride with Wally and his trolley trio as they explore the world. Sign up for our kids club at www.osf.com. It's safe, simple, fun, and on your next birthday, lunch is on us. Conveniently located to serve you in Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem. Good food, good fun, and deliciously complete meals. The Old Spaghetti Factory is where to wind up. The Old Spaghetti Factory in Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem.
I got hurt in a car wreck, and I've got some questions. Is it normal if I hurt worse the day after the accident? Can I choose the doctor? Can I settle my case without going to court? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to give me what's fair?
I'm attorney Keith Barton, and I can help. These are the kinds of questions I answer every day.
Until I called Keith Barton, I had no idea how it really worked. I called and he got me $200,000. How's that for an answer?
If you've been in a car wreck and you're hurt, call me at area code 801. It's easy.
We go to the 6th inning. The Bees now leading 6-2. It'll be Nate Espy, Scott McLean, and Jeremy Brown. 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up in the Sacramento batting order to face Joe Saunders. Espy with an RBI double and a run scored in the first. He struck out swinging in the 3rd. Time now for our sixth inning update of the average scoreboard in the PCL. They're in the bottom of the seventh at Round Rock. The Express leading Nashville 2-0. In the eighth at Oklahoma, the Redhawks now lead New Orleans 3-2, rallying with 3 runs in the seventh inning. They've completed their game at Des Moines. Iowa shuts out Omaha 1-0, a one-hitter. The pitch, curveball, low and inside, ball 1. 1-0 the count on the right-hand hitting Nate Espy. For Iowa, it was Rich Hill with the one-hitter. Now the one-ball pitch to Espy. Swinging a ground foul at the third base side. Evens the count at 1-1. At Memphis in the ninth, Albuquerque at that, leading 2-1. That's Sapicki with his second home run of the year for the Isotopes. Las Vegas leads at Tucson 1-0 in the second on Delwyn Young's ninth homer of the year. The 1-1 pitch to Espy. Change up foul, backing out of play, 1-2. Colorado Springs at Fresno, scoreless in the first. Portland at Tacoma, no score in the first inning. Major League play, there's still in a rain delay at Cleveland. The Cubs 9, the Indians 2 in the seventh inning. Actually, that is through 7 now. Well, a rain delay before they go to the 8th. Saunders winds the 1-2 to Espy. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That is strikeout number 6 for Saunders, and there's one down here in the inning. Here's Scott McLean, who's doubled and lined out in 2 plate appearances. The only National League game, Cincinnati scored twice in the ninth to beat the Mets in New York. 6-5, first loss of the year for Mets closer Billy Wagner. Toronto beats the slumping Braves again. Atlanta last down the National League East. Blue Jays win it 6-3. Swinging a tap foul. Back behind home plate. Strike 1. Bottom of the 8th at Arlington. Texas and San Diego tied 2-2. Bottom of the 8th at Houston. The Astros. A 2-run 8th inning. They're still batting, now leading Minnesota 5-3. The pitch to McLean is driven to deep left center field. Willett's on his horse, racing back. It's going to be over his head and off the wall. And McLean's at the second base with a 1-out double. That's his second 2-base hit of the ball game and his 16th of the year. Hit number 7 in the ball game for the River Cats, and that'll bring up Jeremy Brown. Drove in a run with a sac fly in the first. Retired on a little tap out in front of home plate that Jeff Mathis pounced on and threw to first. In the 4th inning, White Sox beat the Cardinals 13-5. So over the last 2 days, they've outscored St. Louis 33-11. Now the first pitch to Brown. Curve ball into the dirt, gets away. No, that hit the foot of Jeremy Brown. That'll be a hit batter. McLean will have to hold at second base. So Jeremy Brown hit by a pitch for the first time this year. And for Saunders, that is the third batter that he has plunked. So now 2 on, 1 out for Keith Kinter, who has struck out and flied out in 2 plate appearances. Bottom of the 8th at Kansas City. The Royals have scored twice in the inning and now lead Pittsburgh 6-4. Well, that ought to draw them to the ballpark. Pirates and the Royals. Bottom of the 6th in Denver. Oakland and Colorado tied at 1. The A's run coming on Nick Swisher's 18th home run of the year. Former River Cat. The pitch. Struck on the outside corner to Denise. 0-1 to Ginter. After an inning and a half in Los Angeles, the Dodgers and Mariners are scoreless. Milwaukee edged Detroit 4-3. Ricky Weeks, 2-run homer in the 7th, providing the margin of victory for the Brewers. Former Stinger Derek Turnbow with his 21st save for the Brewers. Now Saunders ready, the 0-1. Swung on, lifted in the air towards right. Tommy Murphy set underneath it, makes the catch. Tagging at second and holding is McLean as Murphy throws a strike to Ibar, the cutoff man. 2 outs. That'll bring up Raul Casanova for 2. Called out on strikes his last time up. Angels getting that 3-run double from Meister Izturis in the 8th to beat the Giants 6-3. Yankees shut out Philadelphia 5-0 at Boston. The Red Sox roll over Washington 9-3. The former Buzzman David Ortiz with his 21st home run of the year. Baltimore shuts out Florida 4-0. And Tampa Bay edges Arizona 3-2. Pitch to Casanova, broken back, grounded to third. Up with it, Casey Smith. He'll win the race to the bag to get the force out on McLean. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The B6, Sacramento 2 on ESPN 1230.
Colosimo here.
Yo, along with Joey as always. So, Paulie, tell the folks why we're so excited for spring to get here.
That's easy. So we can sunbathe in our Speedos, right?
Well, I do enjoy that. And with the packs we have, the ladies enjoy it too. But that's not what I had in mind.
Oh, well, you must be talking about grilling some of our Magnifico Colosimo sausages then.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, Paulie.
Bada bing.
When most people think about grilling, they think about chicken or steaks. But those are wimp meat.
Yeah, if you want something with real taste and real kick, you gotta go with authentic Colosimo sausages on the grill.
Oh, yeah.
Some nice thick brats, a mild Italian or Tuscan. Just thinking about it makes me saliva ache.
Yeah, some hot Italian, which kind of reminds me of us in our Speedo.
A couple of hot Italians. You got that right, Joey.
Colosimo sausage. The sausage people. Now available at Dan's, Mason's, and Smith's.
Art Ditbar throws. Here's a swing and a high fly ball going deep left. This may do it. Back to the wall goes Berra. It is over the fence. Home run. The Pirates win.
Classic baseball is back. The Salt Lake Bees. Now get a family pass to see the Bees this season for an incredible $199. That's only $276 per game for your entire immediate family. Call 325-BASE to get your family pass. The Salt Lake Bees. Classic baseball is back.
We head to the bottom of the 6th at Franklin Covey Field. The B6 in Sacramento 2. Steve Plowkey with you here at the ballpark is Curtis Pride, Mike Elward, and Ryan Buddy. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up in the Bees batting order face Juan Dominguez. Curtis 0 for 2 on a pair of groundouts. Still needs a hit to extend his hitting streak to 9. His 8-game streak already is longest of the year. So Curtis getting set to stand in against Dominguez, who's been touched for 6 runs in the first 5 innings. On 9 hits, he has struck out 2, walked 1. So Curtis Pry getting into the batter's box. First pitch from Dominguez. Clyde lines one down the left field line, slicing towards the left field corner, but it goes foul. 1 strike the count on Curtis. Activity begin to stir now in the Sacramento bullpen. Couple of right-handers. One of them is Justin Dupcher, who's here on an injury rehab assignment from Oakland. So Pride back in the batter's box. 1 strike the count. Now Dominguez ready. The 0-1 to Pride. Missed outside a ball. 1-1 the count. He's with a 4-run lead at 6-2. Now Dominguez pitch. Swung on and ripped down the right field line. That's going to land in fair territory and bounce up against the gate in the right field corner. And Pride is on his way to second with a leadoff double to extend that hitting streak to 9 games. His 15th double. He now has 16 hits in 27 at-bats on this homestand. That'll bring up Mike Elward, an RBI double his last time up. Don't forget now you can be on the lookout for the Geico Insurance run of the game. The first time after the 5th inning, the Bees score a run to add to a lead. Geico Insurance donates $25 to the Air Force Fund. Check your yellow pages to call your local Geico office today. First pitch to Elward in the dirt, ball 1. So far this season, there have been 32 Geico Insurance runs, making the total donation so far $800. It's a double barrel action in the Sacramento bullpen right now. Curtis Pride at second base. Nobody out. The pitch to Elward. Low and inside. An off-speed pitch. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. So with Portland playing Tacoma, a Bees win would mean they would stay even with the winner of that game and move to 7 games up on the loser. The 2-0 pitch. Elward swings and launches one towards left. That ball's up there, it's out there, and it is gone! Mike Elward with his second AAA career home run, and the Bees now lead it by a score of 8-2. For the Bees, their third home run of the ball game. Elward now with 3 RBI tonight. And the batter will be Ryan Buddy, who's 1 for 2. Single left to drive in a run his last time up. So here's Buddy now with the bases empty and 2 runs in. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. These were held scoreless over the first 2 innings, but they have scored at least 1 run in every inning since. The 1-0 pitch to Buddy. Swinging a high pop fly into shallow right center field. Robinette and Perry converging. It's the right fielder Perry with the call and the catch for out number 1. So Buddy retired. That'll bring up Casey Smith, who has singled and flied out in 2 plate appearances. So tonight, Ibar, Elward, and Kendrick have all homered. Howie's was a solo shot. Ibar's and Elward's with a man on base. Now Casey Smith awaits, and the first pitch is a fastball foul back into the screen. Strike 1. So those are your Geico insurance run. 33rd on the year, making the donation $825. The pitch. Low into the dirt, a ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 8-2 Salt Lake here in the 6th. There's a line drive at the first baseman, Espy, who's down on 1 knee to grab it. Hard hit but at him, and there's 2 down here in the 6th inning. That'll bring up Eric Ibar, who's 1 for 3 with that 2-run homer in the 3rd. Eric back in the lineup tonight after missing a couple of games after tweaking his quad. It is, I believe, left leg. There's a pitch in at the knees, a strike 0-1. No balls, 1 strike on Ibar. The pitch, swinging a ground ball on 2 hops, handled by Ginter on the knee-high bounce, and throws to first to retire the side. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the 7th. It's the Bees 8, Sacramento 2 on ESPN 1230.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Are you using the same smelly mask and tubing that you got when you started? Masks and tubing should be replaced regularly. You won't believe how much nicer it is to breathe in a new mask. It's healthier, too. Call Med1 today at 800-248-5882. With a new mask, you'll have fewer colds and sore throats. Do you snore when you're wearing your CPAP? If your CPAP is working as it should, you should never snore when you have the CPAP machine on. An old, worn-out mask causes leaks and will not allow your CPAP machine to operate at the correct pressure. Schedule an appointment to visit our sleep laboratory and bring your CPAP machine, and we'll do a free pressure check and give you a free CPAP tube. Sign up for our Sleep Smart Gold maintenance program, and your first mask is free. Call 800-248-5882.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond, every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
All right, we go to the 7th inning. Bees leading by a score of 8-2. It'll be Jason Perry, Richie Robnett, and Mark Kiger. The 8-9-1 hitters due up in the Batting order for Sacramento as the Bees lead by 6. Jason Perry, 2 for 2 with a couple of flares onto shallow left field. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it back over the roof. Strike one. Time now for the Zions Bank 7th inning game summary. For the Bees, 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors. And for Sacramento, 2 runs on 7 hits, no errors. The River Cats have left 5 men on base. The Bees have stranded 2. The 0-1 to Perry sinks down low and inside to the left-hand batter. 1-1. Bees with 2 in the third, 3 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth. Sacramento scoring both of their runs in the top of the first. The 1-1 to Perry, swinging a high bouncer to Elwood at first. He'll take it himself. 4 steps to the bag for out number 1. So Perry retired, 1 away, and that'll bring up Richie Robnett, who's fouled out and flied out in 2 plate appearances. For the Bees, Elwood 2 for 3 with 3 runs batted in to help lead the way, and that's your Bees 7th inning game summary brought to you by Zions Bank. At Zions Bank, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. First pitch to Robnett is a fastball in at the knees, a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Lefty against lefty here. Now Saunders' pitch. Fastball slices the outside corner at the knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Saunders working into the 7th yet again. The 0-2 delivery. Inside a ball. There have been 21 starts now by these pitchers if he finishes off this inning. There's a curveball fouled back. There will be 21 games in which the Salt Lake starter has gone at least 7 innings. A nice catch by a fan in the upper deck. It would be Saunders' 9th. No ball. 2 strikes the pitch. Rather inside a ball. That was a 1-2 delivery. So now the count's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 8-2 Bees here in the 7th. The 2-2 delivery to Robnett. Swung on and sliced foul. Out of play down the left field line up onto the roof. So the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes on Robnett. Again, Sacramento short in outfielders right now. And so Robnett brought up from single A Stockton. The 2-2 from Saunders again. Curveball chopped to the right side. This time Elwood takes it on the second hop and races it 6 steps to the bag for the out. 2 up, 2 down here in the Sacramento 7th. To the top of the order, and Mark Kiger, who's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. So 2 out, nobody on. He's out in front by a score of 8-2. Now Saunders ready. First pitch to Kiger. Misses low and outside. Ball 1. Kiger with a base hit to left field on a bad hop in the first and came around to score. Single to right his last go around. The 1-0 delivery. Line drive. Diving catch to his right by Howie Kendrick to take a hit away. A great lunge to his left to take the hit from Kiger. And that will likely be our Mountains West Ranches defensive play of the game. We'll let you know when they're in the 10th inning show. Another 1-2-3 inning brought to you by Keith Barton & Associates. It's just that easy. And it's time now for the 7th inning stretch brought to you by America First Credit Union. For any financial needs, come to America First Credit Union, where members come first. After 6 1/2, it's the Bees 8, the River Cats 2 on ESPN 1230.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, Let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
I got hurt in a car wreck, and I've got some questions. Is it normal if I hurt worse the day after the accident? Can I choose the doctor? Can I settle my case without going to court? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to give me what's fair?
I'm attorney Keith Barton, and I can help. These are the kinds of questions I answer every day.
Until I called Keith Barton, I had no idea how it really worked. I called and he got me $200,000. How's that for an answer?
If you've been in a car wreck and you're hurt, call me at area code 801. It's easy.
We go now to the bottom of the seventh inning. The Bees out in front by a score of 8-2. Right-hander Justin Duchscher on a rehab assignment on the mound now for the Sacramento River Cats. Reggie Willett, Tommy Murphy, and Howie Kendrick two up. First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1 for Duchscher, his second appearance on his rehab assignment. Pitched the scoreless inning, giving up one hit in his previous outing. The 0-1 to Reggie. Breaking ball strike, and it's 0-2 for Dominguez. He goes 6 innings, gives up 11 hits. 8 runs, all earned. Struck out 2, walked 1, and surrendered 3 home runs. The 0-2 to Willits, just outside of the knees. And the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Duchscher is on rehab assignment for elbow tendonitis. The pitch shot foul at the third base side. And the count's 1-2. Duchscher was put on the disabled list on May 13th, retroactive to May 7th. 1 ball, 2 strikes the pitch. Well, it takes a little bit high, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes on Reggie, leading things off here in the bottom of the 7th. Now the 2-2 pitch. Change up, strike 3 called in at the letters, and Willits is called out on strikes. 1 away, that is the 3rd strikeout for Sacramento pitching. The batter will be Tommy Murphy, who's 2 for 3 with an RBI double his last time up. Prior to the injury, Duchscher in 15 appearances for Oakland. 1-2 and lost 1 with a 2.20 earned run average. He was 2 out of 4 in save opportunities. First pitch, curveball low, ball 1. Duchscher, of course, pitched earlier in his career with the River Cats. Now the 1-0, Murphy takes high for a ball. Justin Duchscher. D-U-C-H-C-S-H-E-R-E-R. 2 balls, no strikes, the pitch. Down the middle of strike 2-1. Last year, he was the A's lone representative in the Major League All-Star game. Did not pitch in that game. He was 4-1, 4 saves, and a 1.49 ERA. Ground ball, first base side, diving stop by Espy. Gets up the underhand toss to first, out on a close play as Murphy slid in. So Espy with the dive to his left towards the line to make the stop. And then his underhand toss to Duchscher, just getting there ahead of Murphy. So 2 out for Howie Kendrick, who's 1 for 3. Duchscher was 14-2 as a starter in 2003 for Sacramento. He's been strictly a reliever for Oakland the last 2 years. So 2 out, nobody on base. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul outside the bag at third. Strike 1. He was the PCL's Pitcher of the Year in 2003 with those marks. Made 1 start for the River Cats in the postseason before being called up, although Sacramento still went on to win the first of their back-to-back titles that year. The 0-1 pitch to Kendrick. Swung on, lined up the middle, and a diving stop by Kiger to his left. Throws to first, safe on a head first dive by Kendrick. So Howie 2 for 4. Hit number 12 for the Bees in the ball game. Their first off Dukeshire. That'll bring up Jeff Mathis, who's 1 for 3. In that Portland-Tacoma game, those two teams tied for second, 6 games behind the Bees when play began tonight. Tacoma getting 2 runs in the bottom of the second to lead the Beavers 2-0. First pitch swinging. Mathis lifts one in the air down the right field line, slicing towards the corner and out of the reach of the sliding Jason Perry into foul territory. So the count on Mathis is 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. So Dukeshire, in the midst of his rehab assignment, he was originally drafted by the Red Sox and then traded to Texas in 2001 for catcher Doug Mirabelli. Swinging a ground ball in the 0-1, back to third. Backhanded by McLean, the long throw on target and in time to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. We go to the 8th. It's the Bees 8, Sacramento 2 on ESPN 1230.
Come sit by Grandpa. I want to show you some old pictures.
Pictures?
Of your mommy when she was a little girl.
You're the little girl?
Sure was. See, that's her.
Who's that, my mommy?
Ooh, that's me.
You used to have hair on your head?
Yes, I did.
What happened to it?
Lost it.
Lost it?
Uh-huh.
How come your hair was longer than Grandma's hair?
Well, sweetie, back then, having long hair was a personal expression.
What happened to your beard?
My beard? Lost that, too.
Oh.
There are moments that make life meaningful.
You've all sorts of stuff, Grandpa.
No kidding.
At Select Health, we want to help you enjoy each one. With our health and wellness programs, we're striving to help you stay fit and healthy through every stage of life and be right there with you as life unfolds.
Look, Grandpa, you used to be skinny.
Yeah, I think that's enough pictures for today.
And you wore funny bands.
Oh, this is a great idea.
To learn how we're working to make healthcare simpler for you, visit selecthealth.org. Select Health. Simply there.
You already know that R.C. Willey is the place to shop for quality home furnishings, but you may not know that R.C. Willey also works hard to provide solutions for you in your home. With same-day delivery, there's no need to wait. R.C. Willey's professional sales associates will answer your questions and help you find exactly what you need. In-store financing means you deal directly with us. By providing an incredible selection of merchandise, it's easy to find your individual taste and style. Find your solutions today at R.C. Willey. One place, so many possibilities.
All right, we go to the 8th inning, and right-hander Chris Buchek comes on to make his 18th appearance of the year, his 13th in relief. In 32 innings, he's given up 52 hits, 35 runs, 31 of them earned. He has struck out 15 and walked 21. Buchek has won 2 and lost 2 with an 8.72 earned run average. The PCL batting .382 against Chris, who last time out worked his first scoreless inning, snapping a string of 8 consecutive appearances with at least 1 run allowed. She'll try to build on that here in the 8th inning tonight. Leading things off will be Andrew Beatty, and he takes a fastball high, ball 1. Buchek closing in, needing 2 more strikeouts to pass Mark Redmond for the all-time franchise lead. There's a swing and a foul back into the screen, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. He also needs 1 more win to pass LaTroy Hawkins for the franchise all-time lead in that department. The 1-1 pitch. Beatty takes a strike in at the letters, 1 and 2. Another solid line for Joe Saunders. 7 innings of work, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no walks, 6 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. 1 ball, 2 strikes the pitch. Low and outside, that evens the count at 2 and 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Beatty with SP and McLean to follow. Now the pitch from Buchek. just a little bit high with a fastball, and that fills the count at 3-2. Buchek, 6'5", 200 pounds in his 6th professional season. There's a pitch, swing and a tap foul. So the count remains 3-2. Bees leading 8-2. Sacramento scored a pair in the top of the first. Now the 3-2 payoff pitch, swinging a foul again, back towards the screen. So the Bees trying for their 9th straight win. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now Buchek's payoff pitch. Strike 3 called, a breaking ball at the knees, and Buchek with that strikeout ties Mark Redmond for the all-time franchise lead. Mark now with the Kansas City Royals. That is strikeout number 7 for the Bees pitching staff tonight. If they get 10 in the 9-inning game, Dow Solio Distributors and Kendall Oil will donate $125 to the Multiple Sclerosis Society of Utah. So here's Nathan Espy, who doubled in a run and scored in the first, and since then he has been up twice and struck out twice. There's a strike on the outside corner at the knees. 0-1. No balls, one strike to count. Now Buchek ready, the pitch. Swinging a ground foul up the third base side, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. No balls, 2 strikes to count on Espy. Now Buchek ready, the pitch. Fastball away from the right-hand batter, 1-2. 8 runs, 12 hits for the Bees, 2 runs, 7 hits for the River Cats. Time called as Espy steps out. Now Espy back in the batter's box for the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a ground foul over towards the Sacramento dugout at third. So the count remains 1-2. He's at 8 wins in a row coming in. Round Rock also playing pretty good baseball of late. They've won 7 in a row heading into tonight, and they lead 2-1 in the 8th inning at home against Nashville this evening. There's a swing and a line drive, but coming in for it, Curtis Pride makes the big glove knee-high catch for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down here in the Sacramento 8th. Here's Scott McLean, the third baseman, 2 for 3 with a pair of doubles. McLean, a pretty good athlete right out of high school, was a 22nd round pick of Baltimore and opted to sign with the Orioles rather than accept a scholarship from USC to play quarterback. A pitch to McLean, a strike in at the knees, 0-1. 4,675. The paid attendance here on a Wednesday. Now the 0-1. Started after it, held up as it misses low, ball 1. 1-1 the count on McLean. Last year with Iowa, he was 5 for 9 against Salt Lake pitching with a couple of home runs. The 1-1 pitch. Swinging a tap foul. 1-2 the count on McLean. Eight to 2 Salt Lake. We're in the top of the 8th. Now Buchek ready. The wind of the 1-2. Swinging at a breaking ball, and McLean just gets a piece of it to stay alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Buchek stares in, gets his sign, the right-hander ready. The 1-2, into the dirt, 2-2. Again, tomorrow night, Thirsty Thursday, with $2 drinks. It'll be right-hander Steven Shell, 3-2 for the Bees against righty Victor Moreno, 2-2. For the River Cats, Joe Saunders tonight, the only lefty that's scheduled to start in this series. Breaking ball, low and away, as Buchek thought he had the corner and started off towards the first base dugout. Instead, the count is full at 3-2. Now Buchek's payoff pitch. Swing and a foul. First base side over the roof and out of play. Haven't gotten yet tonight to this date in Salt Lake TCL history, brought to you by Med1 Medical, the exclusive provider of Sleep Smart Gold. The 3-2 payoff to McLean. Strike three on the outside corner at the knees. And with that, Chris Buchek becomes the all-time franchise leader in strikeouts with 332. And it's another 1-2-3 inning brought to you by Keith Barton and Associates. It's just that easy. We go to the bottom of the eighth. It's the Bees 8 and Sacramento 2 on ESPN 1230.
Next.
Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Say, anyone ever tell you look like Patricia Heaton?
Oh, thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you had me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi, I'm...
the driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me.
Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and serene tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you with auditions?
For quality and selection, Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order?
Come on, what do you want? Well, I don't know what I want for breakfast because I can't think before I have breakfast. But how do I decide what I want for breakfast if I can't think until I get breakfast? Deliver number 1 with a large coffee.
Snap out of it with a delicious bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle sandwich from McDonald's. And if you need more help in the morning, visit McMornings.com.
Like you read my mind. It's a pretty short book.
At participating McDonald's.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Bees out in front by a score of 8-2. It'll be Curtis Pride, Mike Elward, and Ryan Buddy due up to face right-hander Jason Carnute, making his 32nd appearance for Sacramento. In 34 and 2/3 innings, he's given up 31 hits, 22 runs, 19 of them earned. He has struck out 21 and walked 16. Carnute is 0-5 with a 4.93 earned run average. TCL batting .240 against Carnute, who is second in the league with 12 saves. First pitch to Pride, outside of the knees, ball 1. So Justin Dukeshire on his rehab assignment goes 1 inning, gives up 1 hit, no runs, struck out 1, and did not walk a batter. We'll get to that this date in Salt Lake and PCL history after the 1-0. Pride takes the breaking ball low, 2-0 from Carnute, who was with Toledo and Detroit last year. Buzz faced Carnute in the PCL finals in 2000. He was the starting pitcher in Game 2 and was not involved in the decision. Now the 2-ball pitch on the way to Pride. Low, ball 3. 3-0 the count on this date, June 21st in 1917. In a game against the Bees, Red McKee of the San Francisco Seals is on second base. But he forgets that the bases are loaded and attempts to steal third. 3-0 pitch on the way. A strike at the knees, 3-1. His base running mistake turns into a positive as the startled Salt Lake pitcher is called for a balk, which brings home a run. And that's our look at this date in Salt Lake PCL history, brought to you by Med1 Medical. The 3-1 to Pride, way outside for ball 4. So Curtis is aboard with a leadoff walk, just the second walk issued by Sacramento pitching in the ball game. Brings up Mike Elward, who's had a nice night. A double, a homer, and 3 RBI. Stop into Med1 Medical for a free CPAP pressure check and free tubing. Med1 Medical, 10712 South 13th East in Sandy. So runner at first, nobody out as Elwood takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. Carnu, 30 years old, out of LaGrange, Illinois, now makes Memphis his home. The 0-1 pitch into the dirt, blocked by the catcher Brown, and the count's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. 8-2 Bees. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Now Carnuth ready, the 1-1. A little bit inside, straightens Elwood up to get out of the way. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. He's tapped a 2-2 tie with a 3-run fourth. Elwood slow roller toward third. McLean charging, gloving. Goes to second for 1, back to first high, and it pulls SP off the bag. Elwood safe at first base. So 5-4 on the fielder's choice, erasing Pride off the base pass. Elwood at first, 1 out for Ryan Buddy, who's 1 for 3 with an RBI single in the 4th inning. These with 12 hits, and they're spread out as each one of the members of the starting lineup all have at least 1 hit. So 1 on, 1 out the pitch. Checked his swing on a fastball. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire, Chris Guccione. 1-0 the count. Now Carnuth ready, the pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield double play, step behind the 6'2", 190-pound right-hander in his 10th professional season. The 1-1 pitch. Strike at the knees, 1-2. In the 9th, Sacramento will have Brown, Ginter, and Casanova. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up. And for the Bees, I believe that is Nathan Blatt or Jonathan Rowenhorst throwing in the bullpen. Swinging a ground ball, back at third at fair. McLean's got it, the long throw in plenty of time to get Buddy. On the play, Elwood takes second as McLean straddling the line behind the bag. Third base umpire Scott Chamberlain called it a fair ball, as did the home plate umpire Casey Moser. And so McLean had to throw a strike over to first. So runner at second, 2 out. Casey Smith, the batter, 1 for 3, lined out for the first baseman SP his last time up. Now Carnuth steps off. Sacramento did have a rough travel day, but every team has to go through it. Just didn't make any sense. There's a breaking ball strike, 0-1. There's several non-stops today between Sacramento and Salt Lake, but the River Cat Travel Department had them going through Las Vegas with a 2.5-hour layovers. A swing and a miss by Smith, 0-2. And they had to get up at 5 o'clock or be at the airport at 5. Long layover in Las Vegas. And then here at about 12:30, the 0-2 pitch. Outside, a ball, 1-2. I think with the kind of travel that we see sometimes in the PCL, it's truly amazing. The Bees this year are 7-2 on travel days. 1-2 the count. Now the pitch. Curve ball, strike 3 called in at the knees, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits. There was a walk, and 1 runner was left on base. We go to the 9th. It's the Bees 8, Sacramento 2 on ESPN 1230.
Athletes can't perform on an empty stomach.
Strike 1.
The Old Spaghetti Factory is the perfect place for your pre-game and post-game feasts, team parties, and more. Fill up on our delicious homemade mouth-watering dishes. No one speaks the international language of yum like the Old Spaghetti Factory. Serving the best memories in town. It's the perfect place for any occasion. And now, featuring the amazing adventures of Wally the Trolley for our guests 10 and younger. Catch a ride with Wally and his trolley trio as they explore the world. Sign up for our kids club at www.osf.com. It's safe, simple, fun, and on your next birthday, lunch is on us. Conveniently located to serve you in Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem. Good food, good fun, and deliciously complete meals. The Old Spaghetti Factory is where to wind up. The Old Spaghetti Factory in Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem.
SOS Staffing Services is a proud sponsor of Bees Baseball. Just like the Salt Lake Bees, SOS is Utah's hometown team. Based in Salt Lake City for over 32 years, SOS has 27 strategically placed Utah offices to draft Utah's top talent. SOS specializes in direct placement, temp to hire, and temporary employment in fields such as administrative, technical, production assembly, labor, and many more. So the next time your business needs a pinch hitter or a top draft pick, call SOS Staffing Services.
All right, we go to the ninth inning. Jonathan Rauenhorst on to try to close things out for the night. Jonathan making his 29th appearance of the year, tops on the Bee staff in 36 and a third innings. He's given up 36 hits, 20 runs, 19 of them earned. He has struck out 26, walked 17. He's 3-4 with a 4.71 ERA. BCL batting .257 against Jonathan, and his first pitch to Jeremy Brown is outside. Ball one. Brown 0 for 1. He's also driven interim with a sacrifice fly and has been hit in the foot by a pitch. The 1-0 delivery. Swung on and line towards left. Curtis Pride racing back. Now slows down, reaches up, and makes the catch for out number 1. Brown retired, 1 away. That'll bring up Keith Ginter, who's 0 for 3. Flied out to right his last time up. Rauenhorst, last season, 1-0 with 1 save in 3 outings against Sacramento. Chris Butchek with a 1-2-3/8 inning, including a pair of strikeouts. The pitch to Ginter. Line drive, right field, slicing away from Murphy. He won't get to it as it heads to the corner. Downey tracking it down, and Ginter's into second base with a 1-out double. His 16th two-bagger of the year, and that'll bring up Raul Casanova, who's 0 for 3. The 2 strikeouts by Butchek tied and then put him ahead of Mark Redmond of the Kansas City Royals for the Salt Lake franchise's all-time lead in strikeouts, 332 to 331. Our ninth inning update of the defensive alignment: the Bees, Pride, Willits, Murphy, and left, center, and right. Smith, Ibar, Kendrick, and Elward, the infield third to first. A battery of Jonathan Rauenhorst pitching and Jeff Mathis catching. First pitch on the way. Casanova lifts one foul. First base side and onto the roof for strike 1. 0-1 the count on Casanova. Bees out in front, 8-2 here in the ninth. Now the lefty ready. The pitch. Breaking ball just a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike on Casanova. Ginter out at second base with 1 out. River Cats have 8 hits in the ball game. Half of them have been doubles. The 1-1 to Casanova from Rauenhorst. Fastball strike on the inside corner, just under the belt, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's leading by a score of 8-2. Round Rock won their 8th in a row tonight, beating Nashville 2-1. Now the 1-2 to Casanova. Low and inside, a curveball. Casanova skipping rope to get out of the way, and the count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jason Perry, who's 2 for 3, is on deck. Now the pitch. Swing and attack foul behind home plate. That one caught Jeff Mathis, I think, on the left leg on the shin guard and shaken up just a little bit. For the home plate umpire, Casey Moser, a little professional courtesy, will take his time, toss the ball to Rauenhorst, come back to the plate, get the whisk broom out, clean off the platter. Mathis says, I'm ready to go, and so Moser heads back behind the Bees catcher. Conversely, foul ball clips the umpire. Catcher will do the same thing to buy some time. 2-2 on Casanova. Ginter the lead at second base with one out. The pitch. Curveball lofted into center field. Reggie Willits jogging in for it. He's there, and he'll put it away for out number 2. So 2 down here in the ninth. That'll bring up Jason Perry, who's 2 for 3, with a pair of singles. So the Bees now 1 out away from their 9th straight win. Ginter at second base, 2 outs. Lefty against lefty here. Now Rauenhorst ready, the pitch. Swung on, little soft flare to the third baseman Smith, who makes the catch to end the game. Little jam sandwich on Perry, and he just flipped a soft floater over to Casey Smith, and that's 9 in a row now for the Bees. As they got another solid outing from Joe Saunders after a shaky first, but the Bees came roaring back with 8 runs to win it. So in the ninth for Sacramento, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on the base paths. Handshakes and high fives all around with the final score. The Salt Lake Bees 8 and the Sacramento River Cats 2. We'll be back with the 10th inning show coming up next here on ESPN 1230.
The game is over and the fans are headed home. Stay tuned. The 10th inning show is coming up next. You've been listening to Salt Lake Bees baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees, ESPN 1230 AM.
Okay, you guys, time for bed.
Daddy, take me for a ride to the bedroom. No, me.
All right, both of you hop on. Oh, man, you guys are getting heavy.
Daddy, you sound like a piggy.
I'm not a piggy. I'm a dinosaur.
No, dinosaurs sound like this. You sound like this.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out.
There are moments that make life meaningful.
Mommy, Daddy's a piggy.
Well, he's a cute little piggy.
Oh, I'm seriously out of shape, piggy.
At Select Health, we want to help you enjoy each one. With our health and wellness programs, we're striving to help you and your family stay fit and healthy and be right there with you as life unfolds.
Look, Mommy, the piggy's jumping on the bed.
Daddy's starting a new exercise program.
You know what they say, when pigs fly.
Good one.
Yeah, I'm too tired to be funny. I gotta sit down.
To learn how we're working to make healthcare simpler, visit selecthealth.org. Select Health. Simply there.
May 23rd. I had a spicy premium chicken sandwich for lunch, just like the day before and the day before that. Question for Dr. Levy. If a human eats too many chicken sandwiches, can he turn into a chicken? I had the dream again last night. There's a fox outside my door. At least I think it was a dream.
The irresistible premium chicken sandwiches from McDonald's. Made with tender, juicy, all-white breast meat. At participating McDonald's.
Hey, Bees fans, are you looking for a summer deal and a meal to satisfy your cravings? Stop by Wiener Schnitzel today for the 2 for $2.22 deal. Chili cheese dog and chili cheeseburger, only $2.22. Hurry in today. And while you're there, don't forget to cool down with the new Tasty Freeze Brownie Freezy. Chewy brownies mixed with creamy vanilla Tasty Freeze soft serve, topped with chocolate syrup. Wiener Schnitzel. It's the official hot dog of the Salt Lake Bees. Wiener Schnitzel, pushing the boundaries of taste. Welcome to the 10th Inning Show, a complete recap of today's game, as well as a look at other games around the major leagues and the Pacific Coast League. Once again, let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field. The Bees roll to their 9th consecutive win, beating the River Cats tonight. Here are the final totals for Salt Lake. 8 runs on 12 hits. No errors, and they left 4 runners on base. For the River Cats, 2 runs on 8 hits, no errors, and 6 runners left on base. The winning pitcher, Joe Saunders, 8-3. He now ties Chris Baker and Jason Hirsch of Round Rock and Dustin Nippert of Tucson for the league lead in victories. Juan Dominguez takes the loss. He is now 5-8 and ties Dennis Tankersley of Memphis for the league lead in that department. Time of the game, 2 hours, 16 minutes. The paid attendance, 4,675, as the Bees fell behind 2-0 in the first half inning. But then the Bees came roaring back. 2 runs in the third to tie it on a home run by Eric Ibar. 3 in the fourth. 1 in the fifth, and 2 more in the sixth on a home run by Mike Elward, as Joe Saunders, Chris Buchek, and Jonathan Rauenhorst shut out the River Cats over the final 8 innings of the ball game. So the Bees now 43-39 as they've reached the halfway point of the season with 72 games. 43-39, while the River Cats dropped to 36-37. The Bees winning the first game of the season series from Sacramento. So, depending on what happens in the Portland-Tacoma game, they'll have a 6-game lead over the winner of that contest, and they'll be 7-up on the loser of that game. Right now, it's time for our Mountains West Ranches defensive play of the game, and for that, let's go to the 7th inning with Mark Kiger at the plate, facing Howie Kendrick. Facing Joe Saunders, but it was Howie Kendrick with the play. The 1-0 delivery. Line drive, diving catch to his right by Howie Kendrick to take a hit away. A great lunge to his left to take the hit from Kiger. And that will likely be our Mountains West Ranches defensive play of the game. And it certainly was. Between Moon Lake, Starvation, and Strawberry Reservoirs, Mountains West Ranches Recreational Properties offers great parcels of land at reasonable pricing. A place to escape the rat race of the city and enjoy sheer peace, quiet rest, relaxation, and spectacular views. Call 1-877-894-5658 or check out www.mwranches.com. We'll come back with one last look at the Abra scoreboard next here on ESPN 1230.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Are you using the same smelly mask and tubing that you got when you started? Masks and tubing should be replaced regularly. You won't believe how much nicer it is to breathe in a new mask. It's healthier, too. Call Med1 today at 800-248-5882. With a new mask, you'll have fewer colds and sore throats. Do you snore when you're wearing your CPAP? If your CPAP is working as it should, you should never snore when you have the CPAP machine on. An old, worn-out mask causes leaks and will not allow your CPAP machine to operate at the correct pressure. Schedule an appointment to visit our sleep laboratory and bring your CPAP machine, and we'll do a free pressure check and give you a free CPAP tube. Sign up for our Sleep Smart Gold maintenance program, and your first mask is free. Call 800-248-5882.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Mountains West Ranches Recreational Properties has beautiful recreational and cabin properties conveniently located by Starvation Reservoir. They offer 5, 10, 20, 40, and 80-acre or larger parcels at reasonable pricing with guaranteed access and simple, easy owner, low-down, low-monthly financing. There's an abundance of wildlife, including deer and elk, that roam the property year-round. There are endless ATV trails, snowmobiling, hiking, boating, camping, fishing, horseback riding, spectacular views, and so much more. But most of all, you'll escape the rat race of the city and enjoy sheer peace, quiet, rest, and relaxation. Call us to schedule your appointment, 1-877-894-5658, or check our website at mwranches.com. Mountains West Ranches, where the air is clean, the skies are blue, the water is clear, and the magnificent views are waiting there for you to enjoy.
Welcome back to the 10th inning show, where tonight here at Franklin Covey Field, the Bees were victorious for their 9th consecutive time as they defeat the River Cats 8-2. Let's check out the other scores around baseball as we have a look at our Abra scoreboard one more time. Round Rock won their 8th in a row, beating Nashville by a score of 2-1. At Oklahoma, the Red Hawks nipped New Orleans 3-2. At Des Moines, Iowa got a first inning run and made it hold up as they beat out Omaha 1-0. In Memphis, the Redbirds scored 1 in the 9th to tie and 1 in the 10th to defeat Albuquerque 3-2. At Tucson, in the bottom of the 4th, the Sidewinders lead Las Vegas by a score of 5-1. They have a chance to open up a 9-game lead in the division over the 51s. Colorado Springs just hit Fresno with a 5-run 4th. Now after 3.5, it's the Sky Sox 5 and the Grizzlies 4. And at Tacoma, they're in the bottom of the 4th. The Rainiers leading the Beavers by a score of 2-1. Just 2 games still in progress in the major leagues right now. At Denver through 9, Colorado and Oakland are tied 2-2. Both of the A's runs coming on solo homers by Nick Swisher. In the 5th at Los Angeles, the Mariners lead the Dodgers 2-1. Elsewhere, Milwaukee with 2 in the 7th beat Detroit 4-3. The former Singer, Derek Turnbow, with his 21st save. The Angels get a 3-run double in the 8th from Meiser Torres and beat the Giants 6-3. Philadelphia shut out at home by the Yankees 5-0. In a rain-shortened 7-inning game at Cleveland, the Cubs, with an 8-run third, beat the Indians 9-2. At Fenway, the Red Sox rip Washington 9-3. At Baltimore, the Orioles shut out Florida 4-0. Cincinnati scores 2 runs in the 9th to defeat the Mets 6-5. At Tampa Bay, the Devil Rays edge Arizona 3-2. Toronto wins at Atlanta 6-3. San Diego pushes across a run in the 9th to edge Texas 3-2. Houston topped Minnesota 5-3. Kansas City scored 2 in the 8th to beat Pittsburgh 6-4. And the White Sox ripped St. Louis by a score of 13-5, using 4 home runs in the process. So that's your average scoreboard. Back with some of the highlights from this game right after this. Timeout on ESPN 1230.
Hershey's presents the Soul to Soul 2 Tour, starring Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. It's been 6 long years. Now the wait is over. By overwhelming demand, a second show added. Saturday night, August 5th at Delta Center. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill in the round. A combined over 60 million records sold and 35 #1 singles. Electrifying performances by Tim and Faith in the concert event of the year. 2 superstars, 1 stage. A night you'll never forget. Tickets are on sale now at the Delta Center box office, Ticketmaster, charge by phone, or get them at Ticketmaster.com. Saturday night, August 5th at Delta Center. Don't miss Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. Presented by Hershey. Produced by AEG Live and Outback Concerts.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we know how much you count on your vehicle. So when it needs repairs, body work, or a new windshield, where should you take it? Go to America's most recommended name in damaged vehicle repair. That's right. In an independent nationwide customer satisfaction survey, Abra Auto Body and Glass was the company most recommended to family and friends for quality of work, customer communication, and overall service. Why? Maybe it's our commitment to safety. Abra spends more to train our technicians than anyone else in the industry, and every repair meets our strict safety standards. Maybe it's our lifetime warranty that backs up all those repairs, or that Abra works with over 500 insurance companies nationwide to make your claims process a snap. Whatever the reason, Abra Auto Body and Glass is proud to be so highly regarded. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an appointment.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where Sacramento scored first tonight. Mark Kiger led off the ball game with a single to left, moved to second base on a ground out, and scored on a double off the base of the wall in right by Nate Espy to make it 1-0 River Cats. Scott McLean followed with a double to right. Espy thought the chance that Murphy might make the catch, and so he only advances 90 feet to third, but then scores on Jeremy Brown's sacrifice fly to make it 2-0. Then in the bottom of the third with 1 out, Casey Smith singled, and that brought Eric Ibar to the plate against Juan Dominguez. Oh, the pitch swung out at a high fly ball right field. Perry going back, still going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it is gone! A 2-run home run for Eric Ibar, and the game is tied 2-2. So a 2-2 ball game, and then going into the fourth, Howie Kendrick was the leadoff batter, and he put Salt Lake out in front. Here's Kendrick swinging and driving one to deep left field. Beatty going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it is long gone. Onto the sidewalk and one hop to the playground. Howie Kendrick with his 10th home run of the year, and the Bees lead it 3-2. So 3-2 Salt Lake, but they weren't done in the inning. Jeff Mathis reached on an infield single, moved to second on a ground out, scored on a double to right center by Mike Elward to make it a 4-2 ball game. And then it was Ryan Buddy to the plate. The 1-1 pitch. Buddy swings and lines one in the left field, a base hit. Elward on to third, being waved on in by Brian Harper. Andrew Beatty's throw to the plate, cut off. Throw back to first, safe. It's an RBI single for Ryan Buddy, and the Bees now lead it 5-2. So 5-2 game at that point. The Bees would get one more run in the fifth on a run-scoring double by Tommy Murphy, and then a two-run home run in the sixth from Mike Elward. And the Bees go on to an 8-2 win, their 9th in a row. When we come back, we'll preview the second game of this 5-game series coming your way tomorrow night. And we'll do that right after this final timeout on ESPN 1230.
Athletes can't perform on an empty stomach.
Strike one.
The Old Spaghetti Factory is the perfect place for your pregame and postgame feasts, team parties, and more. Fill up on our delicious homemade mouth-watering dishes. No one speaks the international language of yum like the Old Spaghetti Factory. Serving the best memories in town. It's the perfect place for any occasion. And now, featuring the amazing adventures of Wally the Trolley for our guests 10 and younger. Catch a ride with Wally and his trolley trio as they explore the world. Sign up for our kids club at www.osf.com. It's safe, simple, fun, and on your next birthday, lunch is on us. Conveniently located to serve you in Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem. Good food, good fun, and deliciously complete meals. The Old Spaghetti Factory is where to wind up. The Old Spaghetti Factory in Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem.
Mountains West Ranches Recreational Properties has beautiful recreational and cabin properties conveniently located by Starvation Reservoir. They offer 5, 10, 20, 40, and 80-acre or larger parcels at reasonable pricing with guaranteed access and simple, easy owner, low-down, low-monthly financing. There's an abundance of wildlife, including deer and elk, that roam the property year-round. There are endless ATV trails, snowmobiling, hiking, boating, camping, fishing, horseback riding, spectacular views, and so much more. But most of all, you'll escape the rat race of the city and enjoy sheer peace, quiet, rest, and relaxation. Call us to schedule your appointment, 1-877-894-5658, or check our website at mwranches.com. Mountains West Ranches, where the air is clean, the skies are blue, the water is clear, and the magnificent views are waiting there for you to enjoy.
Well, the Bees claim game one of this 5-game series, rolling to an 8-2 win for their 9th consecutive win. They'll try to tie the franchise record set in 2000 with their 10th in a row tomorrow against the River Cats. It'll be right-hander Stephen Shell with a record of 3-2 against righty Victor Moreno, who's 2-2 for the River Cats. Again, it's Thirsty Thursday, so come on out as drinks are $2. If you can't, well, we'll have it for you right here on ESPN 1230, beginning at 6:40 with the On Deck Circle. So we hope you'll join us for that. Our thanks today back in our studios here in Salt Lake City, and our thanks to you for listening. In a snappy 2 hours, 16 minutes, and in front of 4,675, the final score. The Salt Lake Bees 8 and the Sacramento River Cats 2. I'm Steve Plowke saying good night and so long from the ballpark.
This has been the 10th Inning Show. Make sure to be with us next time for Salt Lake Bees baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.